Avalon Unfiltered, bitch. Yes, bitch. I'm just here to give my opinion and carry in. Oh my God. I was like, should I check my tea before I start the show? Okay, they're good. Because, I just came. I'm going to tell y'all where I was at in a second. But what's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Chris Avalon, and welcome to Chris Avalon Unfiltered, a show where we dive deep into the juiciest headlines in entertainment, pop culture, and sometimes, if it flows within the entertainment world, we do get a little political. So do yourselves a favor and grab yourselves a drink, a snack, or whatever is your pleasure, and let's get into this here gig. Okay, now before we sip onto the latest trending tea, be sure to do me a favor and smash that like button down below and follow all my social media platforms, which you will see popping up throughout the show. Which I'm trying not to make sure that it's a long one, but we got a lot of tea to get to. Okay, so get in here, hear ye, everybody pop in the room. Yes, I literally had to jet home because today is my grandfather's 90th birthday party. I just came from that. It was at Anton's in Queens, so I had to rush home real quick because I was like, ooh, I got a show to do. Well, actually, I was in the middle of partying and things, and the production's like, oh, I got something to do. So I was like, oh. I'm in the middle of a little something. I'm glad I wasn't in the middle of somebody. But yeah, you want to know something? I actually like doing these early shows. It's like you just get in, you got so much energy, get out the way. See, Robert Price is in the building. Happy Saturday to you too as well. Yeah, so I had a couple of drinks, so I might be a little saucy in this episode. I'm probably gonna be a little a little giddy in things. But anyway, yeah, so we got a lot of tea to get to. We're gonna talk about Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake and his feelings over the latest of what's happening with the book, the blowout of the book. We're definitely gonna dive deep into this whole Cassie situation with her lawsuit with Diddy, because they settled. So we got the latest tea. I know a lot of people have probably jumped on the line and is bringing this up, but wait, I'm trying to fix my lighting because I just jumped on here real quick. And it looked like I had a hole in my face for a second. But anyway, so this is why it's good to get all this stuff done before we get to the topics, because I chop this show up and post it on all the social medias, particularly TikTok, which I want to also say kudos to all of y'all that have been supporting my TikTok and liking and sharing and commenting and all this stuff. Like, my TikTok really blew up this week with a lot of the topics. Particularly, I know a lot of people are trying to act like they ain't give a fuck, but TikTok said otherwise. My story about, I don't know, there was an issue going on my laptop this week. I mean, my website, because I was posting this article. I posted 4 times. The story about X-Rated LA, because, X-Rated NYC has a spinoff, and Dante Cole is about to do the LA spinoff, which is going to air on Out TV next Tuesday, because X-Rated NYC wrapped up their season. So I'm in the middle of writing this article, and all of a sudden it would not save in my damn on the website. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I'm like, with IT, so they could fix the situation. I almost forgot what to type in. So that was fucked up a little bit. But anyway, so I'm like, with the IT department so they could fix the situation, and I was mad. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to just jump on TikTok, make a video. And so I saw Victor Gates was like, damn, you was crashing. Because I that was what I had to do. So maybe the universe was telling me, bitch, this is not some story you need to be putting on your website. You need to do a whole video. So a lot of people responded to that video, among other videos that I had did. So I appreciate all of y'all that support a lot of what I'm doing in regards of my TikToks, my YouTube, all the social media platforms that I post a lot of my stuff on. So I love and appreciate y'all. Oh, also, I don't know if production put it in. I did send it last week. I do have a Cash App. It's the Chris Avalon with the $ in front of it. So I will put that in the in the thing where you can read all the different topics and all that stuff. The heading, I will slide up in there along my other way. Oh, it is there. Because so I have a Cash App. So if y'all feel a little generous, send me some money. I'm trying to even though I do work, I don't want to have to subject to having an OnlyFans and lay it over and spreading it wide for you hoes. Although I do have an OnlyFans, but that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But anyway, let me stop ranting because we got a lot of topics to get to. We have, like I said, Diddy and Cassie. We got this tea about who else? We got Bill Cosby stuff. We got Will Smith's former assistant. Cardi B coming to Will Smith's defense. We got stuff about Barry Manilow, Marlon Wayans, Beyonce, Mob Wives star Renee Graziano. I did see production put a picture of Adore Delano in there. I don't think I added that to the topics, but if you want me to bring up her story, I will. But it was like, yeah, I did see her picture in there, even though I didn't add it to the docket. But I'm like, I can fill y'all in. Oh yeah, and then Bianca Censori, who is married to Kanye. Apparently, her friends had an anti-Kanye intervention. So we got that tea to get to, but without further ado, let's get to the other tea. And the first topic we're going to talk about Britney Spears. So, we've been hearing stories about, the fallout from the book. Britney is good. Everybody's living for the book. Everybody's coming to Britney defense. Free Britney. We support Britney. We're 100% behind Britney. We've been getting all that on social media. The one person who ain't really been doing what needs to be done and is not in the happiest of states is Justin Timberlake. So apparently he's upset. I did see something about that Nicki's tour is a mess. Child, how you sit there trying to make a decision on you want people to buy tickets for your pre-sale for tickets for a concert that nobody even knows what the venue look like, if you even got a venue set, because you want to see how many tickets you sell before you decide on a venue. Like, when they do that, and then Party, who was with Megan Thee Stallion, it's a whole mess with him too. But I'll work on those articles on my website because I don't have that as part of the show. But back to Justin Timberlake. So, Justin Timberlake has been going through some things. Apparently, he's not liking the fact that this book has ruined his comeback. Because, when he came out with when he came out with that horrible ass album, Man of the Woods, and the Duck Dynasty era, that's what I call that, because it was the army fatigue, them horrible fashions he was wearing, looking like he ain't washed his ass in 6 weeks, but you was up in there trying to do like this army. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe he thought like, because I was trying to bring that whole Tennessee, backwoods, Jason Aldean sound or whatever, and then add a little hip hop to it. And then he was with, because he don't know nobody else, so he works with Timbaland and them outdated ass beats. And then people looked at it like, what the fuck is this shit? And then on top of that, people was mad because he got invited to come back to the Super Bowl, but y'all still treating Janet like shit. That's a whole nother conversation. Well, no, not really. It's not a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day, because she got something to do with it. So people still mad. And every time, they don't care who it is when it comes to the Super Bowl, it's always justice for Janet whenever the Super Bowl comes. It could be Jesus Christ come down the cross and singing, some cover songs for Taylor Swift. It's always going to be justice for Janet. Like, nobody cares about who it is. Out of respect, because of how y'all treat her, it's always going to be hashtag justice for Janet. But anyway, so they're saying that he's miserable because of he's not liking the fact that she, in his opinion, or according to the rumors, she's ruined his chance for a comeback because this book paints him as an a-hole. Which I could have told y'all he was an asshole. I can always smell an asshole a mile away when it comes to anybody. I've said this about Justin. I've said this about Diddy. And we're going to get into the whole Diddy thing later on. With my reasons why I've always referred to his ass as the devil. Because I've been calling him that for years. But according to Radar Online, they're saying that he might turn to a high-priced legal team to clean up his image. How the hell lawyers gonna clean up your image? First of all, your image is tarnished. The court of public opinion, they're not gonna let up off your neck. All these years, they still didn't let up off his neck. Even when they said he apologized or whatever, I don't believe that damn apology. I feel like the apology he's given was performative, that you only did it because you were getting dragged on social media. You should have just came out at a time when it was just like, you forgave. And they said, oh, Janet forgave. She's a Jehovah's Witness. She'll forgive the devil if he knocked her upside the head. That's just how a lot of these religious people are. But anyway, so they said, according to Radar Online, her shocking memoir turned fans and Hollywood A-listers against him and his wife, Jessica Biel. Insiders claim the former NSYNC star initially planned to ride out the storm of controversy brewing over his past relationship with the pop princess, but now he's said to be miserable over the tell-all scandal. The 41-year-old toxic singer revealed in her best-selling memoir, The Woman in Me, that Timberlake pressured her into an abortion when they dated in 2000 because he wasn't ready to become a father, though Spears admits she was raised to be against abortion. They forgot the was in this story. Look at me proofreading. To be against abortions and felt conflicted over the pregnancy. Now fans of A-listers are turning on Timberlake and Biel, who internet trolls are mercilessly dragging the customers, online ever since news made headlines. One critic said, can Justin do us all a favor and cry us a river? And then one person wrote, "Girl, run, you deserve better, way better." That's what somebody advised Jessica Biel. Child, look, if she ain't left his ass after he allegedly was messing around with that actress from Raising Dion when they was working on that movie in New Orleans and they caught her hand on his thigh or whatever the case was when they was on the balcony, yeah, them sleuths was out there taking them pictures. And, Justin always, to me, felt like he just didn't know how to keep his dick in his damn pants. That he comes from a place of he's spoiled, he's privileged, he's white, he's just culturally unaware of anything that's going on in his life, that he'll do whatever he can to stomp all over whoever to get what he needs out of situations. And that's what I felt about him when it came to Britney, to Janet, to so many other people. The way he disrespected Prince, because Prince threw shade at him talking about sexy never left. It damn sure didn't. If you looked at Justin Down syndrome looking ass, he ain't never brought no damn sexy back. There was never nothing sexy about Justin Timberlake. Now I will say this, when he was younger, he was cute. He was giving cuteness, but now when you look at Justin look like he look like he aged like spoiled 1% milk. That's what he's giving me. Not even almond milk, not even like regular milk. It's just the 1%. Like he ain't cute to me. Like 40 done whooped your ass. That's basically what I'm just saying. And I don't know if it got to do with, being married and having kids, but I always felt like he shouldn't have maybe he's not meant to be married or whatever in the first place. But anyway, so they're basically saying that there's all this hate being hurled at him and Jessica, and various high-profile types are unfollowing him, including Madonna. And to cap it off, Britney is threatening to come after him again in a second book. He's furious and looking at legal options. He's fully prepared to take Britney to court and make her pay. Despite Timberlake's alleged legal threats, insiders claim Spears wasn't done in getting her licks in on her boy band ex. When it comes to Justin, Britney's attitude is very much, "Bring it on, I'll bury you," a spy claimed. But Justin has money and high-powered lawyers. He won't put up with this for long. So wait, Britney don't have enough money? She would just pay $25 million for this book. On top of that, she has so many other things. And how you gonna sit up in here trying to threaten this girl like she's scared of you? Look, you had 2 decades of a career to dick ride off of Britney Spears and the whole situation between y'all. Now that she's finally getting her just due, you can't take it because you've been able to dodge controversy like Neo and bullets in the Matrix. So now you want people to just like forget about it and brush it off, and you're supposed to just get off scot-free. This is what I got to say about you. So Britney, don't let up off his neck. Don't be afraid of his ass. And look, since there are rumors coming out, because I don't think this is entirely over, there's rumors coming out that there's a book in the works. Well, not a book, a biopic, that there's a bunch of names being thrown around. I don't know if this is necessarily true, but according to the reports or rumors, whatever, it's saying that some big Hollywood A-listers are bidding to bring The Woman in Me to the big screen. Now, we shouldn't be surprised as much as this book sold that somebody's not going to want to make a movie. I mean, they did one on Lifetime. Child, we're not going to sit up in here and acknowledge that. Wait, he actually showed up on the red carpet to Trolls? I should have known his ass would have still just showed up. Okay, why? What's going on? I'm like looking at the face. The face don't look that bad. But I'm surprised he actually showed up on the Trolls red carpet. He probably just stood there and took pictures, but he wasn't doing no Q&A, because I'm sure if he would have did some Q&A or whatever, they probably would have said that, I'm sure his people were like, "Don't ask me nothing about that damn book." So of course he's going to show up to this movie. Quarters is cool. I don't see Trolls doing all that well at the box office. I didn't even know the first Troll. How many is this? Is this like the first, the second, the third? I don't know. I don't watch anime like cartoons or whatever. I'm over 21, so I don't sit and find, I don't see that. Like, that ain't my demographic. Give me something like what's more up my alley? Eli Ross Thanksgiving. That's my alley. That's what I'll be watching. Not no damn Trolls. Say that for the kids. But anyway, so they're saying like Brad Pitt, Reese Witherspoon, and Margot Robbie are rumored to be in the running to produce the film. I did see somebody say Reese Witherspoon would be a good choice. However, I honestly would love to see Margot Robbie take on for the hilarious, I'm over 21. I am. But I would like to see Margot Robbie, because first of all, I love Margot Robbie as an actress and a producer. She's producing pretty good shit. She produced the I, Tonya movie. She produced Barbie. So clearly she understands how to make strong women interesting, strong misunderstood women interesting. So I think she'd be the perfect pick. I like Reese Witherspoon, but girl, Reese Witherspoon give me sappy. She give me what was that show that was on Hulu with her and Kerry Washington? Like, she give me kind of that. I would rather see a Margot Robbie do it. Brad Pitt, I love you, but you are not a good fit for this. I did hear they said Shonda Rhimes' name was thrown around, but Shonda said she's not doing that. Shonda wrote the script to Crossroads, which Britney Spears' first and only movie that she did with Zoe Saldana and who's the one that looked like a damn crackhead, a meth addict now? Taryn Manning. So yeah, they did that movie way back in the old girl from Orange is the New Black. She definitely looked like she on that glass pipe. She was sucking in that glass ding-a-ling. But yeah, so I definitely would love to see Margot Robbie take that on, as I said before. Now, Robert Price said Universal probably silenced him. Well, it could be silenced him, but also a lot of time when you work these red carpets, they will have like the publicists or whatever walking around making sure that you don't ask none of them the elephant in the room questions. Or will say, "Oh, Justin's coming out, but he's only stopping for photos. He's not doing Q&A or talking about the movie or whatever the case is because of what's going on with Britney." So definitely look. So if this whole biopic thing, allegedly, if this biopic thing is coming out with Britney, I want to know who they're going to get to play her. I was thinking, who probably good? Maybe they could get, but did she play her already? I'm trying to remember. The girl that was from Glee. I think she was a lesbian. Wasn't she messing with, oh my God, the one that died, that was with Big Sean? Naya Rivera. Wasn't she her girlfriend, the blonde? She was a backup dancer at one point. I think she danced for a lot of big high-profile celebrities. She the one that said, damn, I can't remember her name, but she said that she's the one that spilled the tea about that Miss Jennifer Lopez got a problem with Virgos. Just what I gotta say about her on that. She that if she find out you a Virgo, that she don't want to work with Heather Morris. Thank you. So I would like to see her play Britney. She gives me Britney tease. Unless, didn't she play her already? I could have sworn they had her in the Lifetime movie. I don't remember. But I would like to see her play her. So good luck to you, girl. I'm Team Britney all the way. I've always thought that Justin was an a-hole. But look, I definitely want to see this biopic when it come out, because it definitely seeing this on a big screen on Netflix may be great. Now the last about Britney, they talking about her divorce may get dismissed after Asghari blows off the hearing. So where was he? Everybody's looking for him. Where in the world's Carmen San Diego? We looking for where's Waldo, and now where's Sam Asghari? Because according to Radar Online, Spears' estranged husband, Sam or Hessam Asghari, was a no-show in court this week, putting their divorce at risk of being thrown out. According to court documents obtained by RadarOnline.com, the court scheduled a November 15th hearing to discuss the case being at a standstill. It said in October, the Los Angeles Superior Court judge presiding over the case warned Sam that if he didn't take the proper steps, including serving Britney with the legal paperwork, the divorce would be dismissed. Now, the question I want to know is, if he's not serving her with the paperwork, does that cost money? Does Sam have any money to do this? And I'm sure it's probably not that expensive. Like, if you're serious about getting this divorce, you need to handle what you need to handle in regards to the paperwork, because everything requires paperwork. That's why I ain't getting married. It's too much work and paperwork. Earlier this week, the hearing went down, but Sam didn't show. The court minutes read, petitioner failed to appear. Matter is placed off the calendar. The judge didn't reveal if he plans to give Sam additional time. Now, as Radar Online previously reported, Sam filed a divorce with Britney in August. In his petition, he listed the date of separation as July 28, 2023. The couple got hitched on June 9th, 2023. Not entitled to support. Per the prenup, Sam walked away with any cars in his possession along with any gifts given to him over the 7-year relationship. Now, in the new memoir, Britney did praise Sam for being there for her during tough times with her family. She said she was instantly smitten after meeting Sam on a music video set, the slumber party video. So I kind of liked them together. I know a lot of people was like, they felt he was opportunistic and all this stuff. First of all, you gotta have a whole lot of patience to be wanting to deal with Britney's stuff for 7 damn years. Cause ain't no way in hell I would have the mental capacity or the strength to deal with all the stuff that was going on in her life, particularly dealing with her no good ass family and all that other stuff when she was in a relationship with him. When they were in a relationship with each other. So I'm glad that, it's unfortunate that their marriage didn't last. Maybe it would, sometimes, marriage ain't for everybody. Sometimes it's just like, you know what? That's why I love people like Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. They've been together for 100 damn years and they walk down the damn aisle. And because we've seen many times, there have been people that have dated for eons, but the minute they walk down the aisle, divorce. Joy Behar lucky. She been with her, Steve for like 100 years, and they got married, and they still together. So, so they were able to make it work. But other people is like, I don't know. So I just hope this is over, and I know it's gonna be real tough for anybody to want to date Britney Spears because it's like, how do you navigate with the stuff, the baggage that comes with being in a relationship with her? I'm not saying all the mental whatever the case is because I don't know. I'm not in her house like that, but I'm just talking about all the baggage, with being with not just her but any celebrity. It takes a lot of patience and energy. She's on the Beyonce Experience DVD. Oh, you're talking about Heather Mars? She's not happy with the ironclad prenups that he's not getting a dime. Oh, well, they said that he's getting a lump sum. Well, according to the report, he's getting a lump sum, but he's not getting any additional payment. So it's like, I'm not giving you spousal support. I'm not giving you that stuff. I'm just going to be like, okay, so you were in a relationship for 7 years. You're getting 7. They'll probably be like, I'm going to just throw a number out there. $7 million and go away. But you better make that shit work. Get you a cute little, condo, pay that off, live there for how long you could withstand living there, and then move on. Because there ain't no way in hell that I would be paying, that you're gonna do $7 million and blow through that. Me, I could make that last a long time. But when you frugal, you can make that work. Yeah, and I've said that too. According to what Mello said, Britney still hasn't healed from past trauma. And yeah, it's like me, when I read that book, I was like, you know what, she's exercising all these demons and all her trauma and stuff is coming out. But I really still feel like she has not dealt with it. Like, girl, get you some therapy. Really work through all the things you need to work through and make yourself better. Because I remember I told y'all the story that I had spoken with Raquel Red, who I did her show a couple of weeks ago. And she knew Felicia, who, was Britney's at the time, because she was underage. She was like the family friend, but she also had to be her chaperone and watch over her because Britney being underage, she couldn't be out here doing things on her own. And a lot of these nasty ass men like to take advantage of young girls. We're going to talk about one later on, Diddy and Cassie. So when you're young, naive, and you don't necessarily know the tea of what's going on, you get these old nasty ass, damn near 40-year-olds who sit up here and try to get all up in these little girls' panties and do all kinds of crazy stuff. So and I've always said that past trauma, from especially the way you come through with your parents and how they bring you up, that I believe also flows into the trauma, like how you get into relationships with people. And so you could be out here and it's like, you got a horrible relationship with your daddy and your mama or whatever the case is. A lot of that falls into how you treat people that you're in relationships with, be it your husband, your boyfriend, whatever the case is, because I've seen it happen many a times. Yeah, I can't wait to break down that story with Diddy and Cassie. But yeah, so I say all that to say, good luck, Britney. Hopefully you can work this whole thing, get it behind you with you and Sam, and I hope you do find love in a hopeless place, as my girl Rihanna said. So Mello says, now I understand why her career was halted. Diddy ruined her career. In fact, yep. All of that, because that was going to be part of my. Well, yeah, we'll bring that up when I talk about it. So now, from one relationship to another. But this relationship messier than the last one. Let's talk about Keke Palmer and that situation. So in a leaked phone call that's been circulating on the internet, Keke Palmer's mother can be heard cussing out her daughter's ex-boyfriend, Darius Jackson, and ended up spraying Usher in the process. Now, what we assume was supposed to be in his own defense, Darius, dumbass, decided to leak a phone call that shows another side of Keke's mama, Sharon. Now, in a newly leaked phone call, seemingly secretly recorded, and posted it. So isn't that illegal, by the way? While he was on the phone with Miss Sharon can be heard going all the way off on Darius and his family. The entire clip, I should point out, is 8 minutes long. We are not playing the whole thing here. You can go on, if you really want to hear it, you can go on my Facebook page, which is I think it's Chris Avalon 94. It's on there, and it's also actually I post on my TikTok, which is the Chris Avalon. So if y'all want to hear the entire clip, I screen recorded it from the Jasmine brand, and I just posted it there. So I do have some clips to give y'all clarity. They're short, so we can get to the point of the show. But yeah, let's get to those clips, and we'll come back and break the story down.
Look, I've never done anything like this. I've been in this business for 22 years. I've seen a lot of stuff, but this is I can't help myself. For Sharonis Jackson to post on his Twitter the ridiculous stuff that he's posted when he knew his brother was abusive. I went to Sharonis over a year ago and told him that his brother was abusive to my daughter, and he said, well, I used to be like that too. What? So now he's posting on Twitter like he's this special guy when we know he's the biggest fuckboy in Hollywood. He's disrespectful to women just like his little brother. He taught his brother how to be abusive. So he don't get to act like he's this special guy. No, you're a fuckboy and you're a part of the problem.
Put it through? That you put it through?
What the fuck is you saying, ignorant?
That you put it through?
Can you speak English? That's probably the reason why you can't get no acting job.
I'm sure.
Your articulation is poor.
I'm sure.
What the fuck are you saying?
I'm sure.
Armand Wiggins.
If only you actually like.
Put it through? What does that mean? Can you put it through?
He's trying to do the whole child actor parents sacrifice their childhood gag.
Oh, well, okay, well, we got
Look at her.
$30 million today.
Look at her. That's fine.
Yeah, I sacrificed her, I guess.
Okay.
Armand Wiggins.
But what did your mama do to you?
Huh?
She fucked you up.
My mom's fine.
You should have been a child entertainer.
I'm
You
good.
should have been one. Maybe you would have more gumption. Maybe you would have more get to do it. Because your mama fucked you up. She turned you into a punk-ass mama's boy who harasses a woman. What kind of bullshit is that? Your mama should be ashamed of herself. She should be telling you, why are you harassing this girl,
Just
Jerry?
leave her alone.
Because
Why are you doing this?
Why say horrible things to her?
she's the one that kept wanting to come back around. Trust me, I didn't want this.
But that makes no sense as to why you harass. You know, there's no need to say horrible things and send me this Usher picture. There's no reason for that. You do that because you're nuts. There's no reason for you to say that. Jezebel, calling me Haiti, that's all unnecessary. You do all of that unnecessarily because something's wrong with your mind. It's not normal. You sound like you have a broken brain and you need to go to see somebody because you're chemically imbalanced. There's nothing that I've done for you to stay on that page. People have endured more. I've endured more from you, and I don't do that to you. I don't sit up there and call you all kinds of names and do stuff like that. You randomly have an episode and then you harass me for an hour straight. That's what you do.
Now I'm gonna
It's not normal. It's not necessary. You could just not talk to me.
I'm gonna harass you. Usher's bisexual. He sleeps with men, you stupid motherfucker.
Armand Wiggins.
Stupidest motherfucker on earth.
You should know you spend a lot of time with Dorian.
Usher. You was a dumb motherfucker. And then you let your family, you let your brother talk you into, hey man, look, your brother's a pussy too. His reputation in Hollywood is he's a fuckboy. And he's an asshole. And nobody really likes him. Lauren London don't like his ass.
Armand Wiggins.
So at the end of the day, you, the Jacksons, are fucking jokes. You guys are fucking jokes. That's what you are. You're a fucking joke. So don't blame Keke for being a joke. You was a joke before you met her.
Armand Wiggins.
So don't blame her. Don't call her cunt. And what man thinks they gonna call the mother of their child cunt, bitches, whores, you've been run through, I'm gonna come and get the baby. What kind
Yeah, and it goes on and on and on. That video was it was a lot. It was a lot when I first heard it, and I was like my eyes. I had the Wendy Williams when I was listening to it. I'm like, well, girls, you saying a whole lot, but and I as Keke loves to say, I gag, but the gag is. She'd be like, that's like what our community thinks. Now, there were some things that I took from that. I was like, okay. Now, first of all, Darius, you a piece of shit for secretly recording that and you thinking that you truly ate by posting it on social media because you felt by them verbally abusing you and saying all the things that you said that was going to vindicate you in some way. But Keke was saying all the things that was in. If y'all really pay attention and listen to that entire video, audio. There was a lot of confirmations of things that Keke said about Darius in the lawsuit that she filed was said in the conversation. So it's like, I do think, I don't know, he's mentally unstable, he's slow. First of all, when I first heard him talk, I'm like, ew, that's how he talk? There's no way in hell Darius, when he opened his mouth, is going to get me moist. No shade. It's just saying, like, I'm not getting moist from nobody that sound like him. He must got a big dick or something, because I don't know how a lot of you women get so swept up in clowns like him. And his brother's a piece of shit too, because the story that came out within the same week that Miss Sharon referred to, Sharonis, he's fighting in a custody battle with his baby's mother, Dominique, over their 5-year-old daughter. I believe her name is I forget the baby's name. I think it's Zion something or another. Everybody named their child Zion. Freaking Lauryn Hill late ass got a child named Zion, and then you got her with the same baby name. So they going through their stuff because apparently he was abusive to her. She kind of implied it, but didn't really say it and confirm anything. But the implication was there. I'm good at reading between lines. People really think that you're gonna literally say things in order for it to be a fact or to be the truth. When in fact, it's like, no, read between the lines. Implications say a lot. When people don't say a whole lot of shit, they're saying a lot by saying a little. So, and I've been good at reading between lines and reading people for a long time, and body language, all that mess. But he's a piece of shit for that. Now, Miss Sharon, that little excuse you gave, and I'm gonna read it in a second because I don't know if we have her video. That excuse she gave when she got busted by outing Usher, which here's the gag. I've heard stories for years about Usher sleeping with men. Remember the story about him with the herpes and how there was a dude and like maybe 3 or 4 other women that came forward. Then I remember hearing this legendary story back in the day with him and his brother catching him in bed with another dude or something or another. So there's been stories about Usher hunching men for years. And plus, let's not also forget, like with the whole Diddy thing resurfacing, there's a story there was a video of Usher on Howard Stern where he's talking about, and because with the whole Diddy thing, a lot of old clips and stuff is starting to resurface, which is corroborating a lot of what Cassie's saying. And one of the stories was that Usher had lived with Diddy for a year while he was underage, and he was sent over there by L.A. Reid. Now, last week, I did not bring this story up, but I do have a story on my website that L.A. Reid has been accused of sexually assaulting a former woman that worked at Def. Wait, I forget which where the label was. Was it Def Jam? It might have been. And she's the same one who said that she was sexually assaulted by Kimora Lee's ex, Russell Simmons. So she said she was assaulted by Russell Simmons and she was assaulted by L.A. Reid, and L.A. Reid apparently sent him over there, Usher, to go on the Diddy wing. I don't know what for. Diddy always been a damn weirdo, but we gonna get into Diddy's. I know it's funny how like all of this is coming out now in the surface, and Diddy's kind of like being caught all up in this cesspool of BS. Oh yeah, and I should also point out that audio came from Armand Wiggins, because I've seen a couple of people on social media that wasn't giving Armand his, exclusive, whatever, even though it said it all over the damn audio, because he letting y'all know he had the exclusive. Now I don't know if Darius sent it to him or whatever the case was, but still. I hope Miss Sharon decides to press charges against this boy. I say, Keke, do what you need to do to keep your child away from this man. And there were certain things that Darius said, oh, he need to be around a man or whatever the case is. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? So you're sitting up in here teaching misogyny and all this other mess. I hope you're not going to try to raise your son to be homophobic. Because the gag is, what if he turned out to be gay? First of all, you hunched and knocked up a woman who's bisexual. That was another thing too. I didn't like Miss Sharon going on dropping homophobic slurs about raping him or hoping he gets something up his butt and all this other mess, and then outing Usher and all that other stuff. I said, wait a minute, your daughter is half a homo. She identifies as part of the LGBT community. She said she's bisexual. She sleep with women and she sleep with men, which is why I gagged when I found out that she got knocked up by this dude who came out of nowhere. So, I didn't like that stuff. But to get to the other thing, well, there was some people on social media that did chime in. Tino Sip said, obviously Miss Sharon didn't know that pig was recording their conversation. I don't think she purposefully outed Usher. She didn't. It was a private conversation. And I had some people on my social media saying, on my TikTok saying, oh, well, she don't know what she talking about. How can she say that about? I said, child, that's been an open secret for years. We all knew tea about Usher. But if it's in a secret, first of all, if you're having a private conversation, and this all stems from the drama surrounding him telling her, well, tell your daughter put some clothes on because she was going to an Usher concert and having a good time, and y'all know he serenades the ladies because he's playing a role as an artist. You get up there, you're singing your R&B song, you're singing songs about love, you go get up there and serenade them women. So he's getting jealous over Usher, who is married with like 4 kids and got whatever arrangement he got going on over there. Whatever works for you, you like it, I love it. I'm not judging. But yeah, so for you to say all that foolishness, she did not know she was being recorded. So you're not gonna say Usher's gay or Usher's bisexual in a private conversation, not realizing you're not being taped. Now, if you knew, then you wouldn't be saying all of that stuff. So she didn't know. She thought she was having a private conversation on speaker where a mother brought, is doing whatever she can to protect her daughter. And I shout out to all the women that was out there saying, you know what? Because there's some people that say that Sharon messy and this, that, and the third, or you shouldn't be having your mother caught up in the situation. A mother's going to do what she can to protect her child. A lioness will always protect her cubs, regardless of who it is. And you would expect fathers to do it with their kids too. So it's like, if I'm not going to hold Sharon for getting fired up and cussing that and going scorched earth on him because she's doing what she can to protect her daughter. Now, I'm glad that Keke is following all the lawsuits and got the restraining order and all that other stuff and keeping her and her child away from that man, that madman, because apparently he's mad, he's crazy, he's dangerous. And to put the icing on the cake, Ben knew this shit, but it's funny how it came out that this is a learned behavior. No crap. No shit, Sherlock. Of course it was a learned behavior. He learned all this stuff in his brother from their father, who used to beat their mama ass. And just recently, not too long ago, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, got a restraining order against their father. So this is a learned behavior. Kids don't just wake up one morning and decide to whoop a woman's ass. They don't. That is a learned behavior. Abuse is learned. Homophobia, racism, all the isms, all the obias, all the bigotry, all that stuff, those are behaviors learned from someone who's clearly raising you. We have a choice of whether or not we fall down that rabbit hole and continue that trait, or we grow the hell up and we take the opposite route, which there are people I know who have decided, who came from abusive homes and have gone the opposite route. Then there's people who just fall in that trap and it's like, well, I learned it from my daddy, so I know how I treat treat women or treat whoever I'm in a relationship with. So, but yeah, let me not forget to read Miss Sharon's statement. So another person wrote, okay, Miss Sharon was wilding with the sexuality and immigrant comments. She did too much there. But you see how he never went back and forth about the comments on his crazy family. He was quiet when she was going down the family tree. Well, you can read all that other stuff on my website. But she did go on social media. She said, the lie I told about Usher was to get Darius to stop abusing my daughter on account of his jealousy. So I said he didn't like women for her safety. Everything else I meant with my chest and didn't expect anyone to hear it because recording me is illegal. I guess he's okay with jail, but I knew that when he put his hands on my daughter, he's is still abusing her and all this, trying to paint himself as a victim. Textbook behavior. No, he's not a victim because we all see it. And for those of you who are going to go and defend him and his actions, that just goes to show that y'all just hate women. And we know we have the thing down below with the National Domestic Violence Hotline and all this stuff. And I should also point out where I got that from was the Neighborhood Talk. So shout out to Kyle over the Neighborhood Talk. Child, I can't look at you the same. And I'm gonna tell you why. So let's get into that. Sidebar. I don't know if y'all saw. Okay, let me not laugh because this is not funny. But so Kyle from the Neighborhood Talk. I don't know if y'all familiar with him, but I did not know what he looked like. Like I knew of Kyle. I remember he used to work at the Shade Room. Then I believe he got fired. He started the Neighborhood Talk, which is a rival, much better, run by openly gay man of color. So I support my people. Because, we all stick together for the most part. There's a lot of us out here that's being messy. I live for it's me, Jason Lee, even though Jason Lee worked my nerves sometimes. But you know what? He means well, and I like how he wrote. I just hate the name dropping all this stuff every 5 damn minutes. But other than that, I don't knock his hustle. The man's out here doing what he need to do. There's a bunch of us out. I live for T.S. Madison. I love them over there at TGIF doing what they doing. But yeah, so Kyle from the Neighborhood Talk, apparently he was trending this week because apparently Tommy Lee from, the reality star who gets her ass beat all the time whenever she's on Baddies, and she used to be on Love and Hip Hop being a drunken ass mess. She leaked a video of him giving a baloney wash. Now, if y'all heard my theme song and y'all should know what a baloney wash is, going downtown and taking it to the throat. So apparently he did a video. It leaked online. I don't know how she got it. From what I was told, it was that somebody from the Shade Room leaked it. Another girl. That's revenge porn. I said revenge porn. Revenge porn. That's what that is. Take the ass to court. But then again, then I saw people on social media criticizing his dick sucking skills. And I'm like, wait a minute. I just want to see, let me know y'all Twitter handles so that way I can see how y'all get down with the get down. I want to see if y'all motherfuckers complaining about this dude is the goddamn throat goat. Like, how y'all take it to the back of the throat? Let me know. So, I had to have my Rolling Ray moment. But anyway, so, I want to see how y'all be going down with the get down, because I'm going to tell y'all, not everybody out here is acting like EJ on Demon Time. Now, if y'all know who EJ on Demon Time is, look him up on Twitter. He like spitting all over the dick and first of all, that's nasty. I'm a Virgo. We don't like dirt. We don't like messes. We don't like none of that. I'm not spitting on your dick. I'm not slobbing all over it. I don't want to smell the saliva. I don't want to smell mine. I don't want to smell yours. I don't want none of that. I don't want none of your spit dripping down my meat when you're going downtown. I don't want, hell no. Put it in your mouth, do whatever you need to do, lick it like a lollipop, as Lil Wayne like to say. But none of that spitting shit. Like, I don't know why y'all think somebody's eyes gotta be damn near popping out their head, watering, spit gotta be coming, you gotta damn near be like Sukihana and thrown up all over the meat in order for it to be like, oh yeah, you really going in. So no, says who? At what level is there? Are there levels of sucking dick that I didn't know about? And I've been doing it for a long time. Like, mother has lived, and I don't know anybody that know. Like, okay, so now all of a sudden everybody on Twitter is experts on being superhead. Like, I didn't know that was a thing. But anyway, so that's why I just wanted to say that, because I love Kyle, because I was like, I didn't realize how cute he was, and I'm like, oh, that's him. But then they showed him and say, look, I applaud him for taking as much as he took without throwing up and the eyes watering and other stuff. And that was a big one too. Y'all could go on social media and look that up. But anyway, so Roro says they both seem toxic. Glad they broke it off. A male nurse was shocked I didn't gag when the popsicles went down my throat. But look, I think that it's a God-given thing that, gay men we come built with the ability to suck a dick. Like, that's what I would think. And then, well, I guess not all bottoms could take it. Because I remember once upon a time when I was in my early 20s and stuff, when I was like trying to figure out my sexuality, I bottomed all the time, whatever. It's like, I can't. First of all, it's too much work. I don't like the clean out. Y'all be shoving that shit up in there. So I realized I did not like bottoming. So now I just top, because it's a lot more fun to do. And there's a lot of hot bottoms out here. So That's the good thing about living in New York too. Is a lot of bottoms, not a lot of tops. So I could be one. But anyway, so Robert also says the innocent 23-year-old was shot, and I just went. Look, like I said, mother has lived. So shout out to you, Keke, and shout out to you, Kyle, from the neighborhood tour. I see you, girl. You out here being you laying alone and spreading it wide with that mouth. But you know what? As he's a grown ass man, he's gay. He should be able to suck a dick or three or do whatever he want. But what y'all don't do is have the right to spray his tea on social media because some of y'all out here want to be messy. Somebody to leak Tommy Lee shit because I seen her being messy too. But all of a sudden she was hanging out with Tamar Braxton X, the white man that was trying to act like he didn't want to be famous, but clearly you do. So she out here trying to troll Tamar. I'm like, girl, ain't nobody paying attention to your half a 24-hour-a-day drunk ass. How's that custody going with your kid? That's what they should ask her. But anyway, let's move on. So I just need to have that little fun little moment about sucking dick. Before we get to the serious story, which is the Cassie and Diddy story, because we're about to get into that. So, that's what I said. We've been training. Look, Robert said we've been training our whole life. Sure have. But they always say that they don't know many times I suck dick. Look, I do it all except taking it in the butt. But anyway, let's move on and get serious. So I'm sure y'all all heard by now the whole story about Cassie and Diddy and that whole situation, like the world gag when she hit the internet. The bombshell lawsuit, the $30 million lawsuit, which she accused him of rape and sex trafficking. So we got breaking news. So I'm going to read y'all the whole thing and whatever, and then we got clips just so y'all know, and then we'll come back and we'll do all the other stuff. But first, I want to give y'all an insight. Like I'm gonna give y'all the clip notes because there's other things where they broke down more. One of the people I will recommend, and I get compared to her a lot, but I think it's because we come with the receipts and stuff. My girl Lovely T, she did a whole full breakdown of the lawsuit where she was going page upon page upon page when she was reading it. So if y'all want the full situation, you can go and check her story. I'll recommend people, but I don't see people as competition up here. I think we all family and things. There's enough room on this social media for all of us. But definitely check her video out. She did a whole breakdown. I think it was like 20 minutes or something or another, where she broke down a lot of the detailed stuff. And she brought up like old clips and stuff of like people over the years who have said stuff. And I'm glad all this stuff is coming out now about him because I've been saying for eons that Diddy is a goddamn devil. So they said in the lawsuit that drew international attention, Miss Ventura, who is Cassandra, aka Cassie, who signed to Mr. Combs' Bad Boy label in 2005 when she was 19, had dated him for about a decade, accused Mr. Combs of what she said was years of beatings, controlling behavior, and various forms of sexual abuse, including the R word. In response, a lawyer for Mr. Combs, Ben Braffman, said Mr. Combs vehemently denies these offensive and outrageous allegations. According to Ms. Ventura's suit, which was filed on Thursday in federal district court in Manhattan, Mr. Combs assaulted her numerous times, leaving her bloodied and bruised. She said his employees sometimes took her to a hotel room for days to recover out of the public eye. So this was multiple times where he would beat her so bad that they would check her into hotel rooms for days so that way people wouldn't see, the bruises all over her. Now, in one of the suit's most disturbing allegations, Ms. Ventura said that for years she was forced to participate in sexual encounters with a succession of male prostitutes as Mr. Combs watched, pleasured himself, and recorded videos. According to the suit, Mr. Combs called these events freak-offs, and they took place at a number of high-end hotels throughout the United States. Child, them walls could talk. Now, according to Ms. Ventura's suit, Mr. Combs controlled nearly every aspect of her life, paying for her homes, car, clothes, and other necessities, and even had access to her personal medical records. Now, whoever gave him that, their ass need to be fired, because if I'm not mistaken, isn't that a violation of the HIPAA law? Like, how do you have access to this girl's medical records? You should not have that at all, because that's none of your business. The suit says Ms. Ventura never went to the police because she feared it would merely give Mr. Combs another excuse to hurt her. So now, with that part being said, I'm going to read that again for some of y'all in the back that have a hearing problem. Because There have been people that have been saying, well, why she ain't leave and why she didn't, you know, or why now? Why she coming up with... Here it is. Again, according to Ms. Ventura's suit, Mr. Combs controlled nearly every aspect of her life, paying for her homes, car, clothes, and other necessities, and even had access to her personal medical records. The suit says Ms. Ventura never went to the police because she feared it would merely give Mr. Combs another excuse to hurt her. So when you have that kind of money, that kind of power, you have the control. He was a grown-ass man pushing 40. She was 19 years old when she met him. Remember, she was with Ryan Leslie, who was producing her stuff before she got with Diddy. Diddy saw her and wanted her, and, you know, with Ryan being the bad boy, you know, Diddy's the boss. Whatever Diddy wants, Diddy gets. She went over with him and never to be heard from ever again. Where's Ryan Leslie? We ain't heard from him. He doesn't. Where he at with Rich Harrison? Because remember what happened with him? You was messing with A. Marie, and all of a sudden we ain't heard from him ever since. But you want to know something? Before we get to the rest of the story, I want y'all to, and me give my full opinion. I want y'all to check out this clip, and then we'll come right back.
Thank you so much.
I wanted to ask you, can't wait to see 3 a.m.
Yes.
The controversy.
Yeah.
How can we get a tape of this?
Oh, I'm going to send it to you. I will email it to you.
Email me the whole thing.
Yes,
I love it. I love that you're constantly crushing the glass ceiling, or crushing the black ceiling.
Yes.
You're one of the first. One of the first.
And I'm blessed to be in this industry.
Yes, and you're
I
blessed.
just try to blend it with my artistry.
Yeah, and you create that. I'm thrilled. I want to see that like tomorrow, 8 p.m. Send it to me at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Mm-hmm. So apparently, you know, I miss Andre Leon Talley. Shout out to him. But, you know, that body language was all over the place. First of all, whenever you would look at Cassie and Diddy together, she always looked unhappy and she always looked sad. So I always feel for her. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, now we know. First of all, he had her signed to a 10-album deal. Now, I could have always sworn when it comes to record deals, it was always 7 was the cutoff. You always got caught up in a 7-album deal. First of all, Cassie, we never got an album after the one, and that album flopped. Remember, because Cassie was on the up and up. Her career was about to take off. And then she did the performance, you know, Me and You was huge. And then Long Way to Go, you know, I did live for them songs, Trust and Believe. But then she performed at 106 in Park. And I believe that was the beginning of the end. So after that, it's like, oh, I get to be the girlfriend of the mogul and living the life. And I don't, and you know, with the promise of, oh yeah, we're gonna make more music and all this other stuff, and it never transpired. So she got caught up in this whole thing. He was doing things to her where she was being, which were signs of sex trafficking, which was basically, you know, her having to be in hotel rooms and guys having repeated sex with multiple men when she and doped up on drugs and all these other things, which is textbook sex trafficking behavior, where they sex traffic these young girls, they drug them up all day, and they basically up in the bed, you know, they're numb and they're having repeated sex with all these people. And I believe all of this. I believe every word that I've heard about this. And the minute I read all, I said, I believe it. Because I've been saying for years, and look, 50 Cent been coming out saying stuff. He said stuff weeks ago, and about, you know, Diddy. Oh, I don't go to Diddy parties because they be up in there doing all kinds of freaky mess. And I, you know, coming from 50, it feels very much homophobic or whatever the case was, because 50 do be saying some shit that I guess rubs people the wrong way. However, he wasn't incorrect with what he said. And then I'm glad you pulled this picture up, because it was a story that I didn't even know. Maybe I forgot. She at one point was dating Kid Cudi, and Diddy got jealous and threatened to blow up Kid Cudi's car. And next thing you know, Kid Cudi's car blew up in his driveway. So Diddy out here acting like he a full-on goon, you know, wannabe gangster. He think he's Suge goddamn Knight, when you know what Suge Knight is, doing a freaking collect call version of a podcast from prison. So that's what he doing now. That's what you gonna end up doing. Or maybe not, because like I said, they settled. And we're gonna get to that topic in a minute. But Diddy been having issues and stuff. Like, he started Bad Boy in 93. He became one of the most powerful and successful figures in the hip-hop industry. So that was another reason why Cassie could not leave. People do not realize the magnitude of power that this man had when I was growing up in the 90s and the 2000s. He was very powerful in the hip-hop industry. You could not keep Diddy name out your mouth. He was all over MTV. He ran MTV. Don't forget about the shiny suit man and all that other stuff. And all that other thing. So wait, why are we taking a break now? Well, hold on. So according to everything, you know what? He basically had his, the lawsuit has come to an end. Wait, am I stopping now? I'm confused. Let me just finish this story. Okay, so the party announced, they said basically, they reached a settlement last night. So I woke up this morning, I'm reading online, people talking about they settled everything. And I'm like, huh? Like, that was quick. So they said the parties announced on Friday evening that they had reached an agreement to resolve the case, and they disclosed no details about the terms of settlement. Say, I've decided to resolve the matter amicably on terms that I have some level of control. This is what Cassie said in a statement. I want to thank my family, fans, and lawyers for their unwavering support. Now, in a statement, Mr. Combs said, we have decided to resolve this matter amicably. I wish Cassie and her family all the best. And he said, love. Now, we don't know what the settlement entails. We don't know any of the details. I'm sure it'll come out throughout the week. By the time we come and do another show, or maybe I'll have to do another TikTok, because I know next week is Thanksgiving. So we may not be doing a show, whatever. So I'll probably do a quick follow-up on social media to let you guys know what the details and stuff is. But you know what? I have to say this. I know people say, well, why are you settling? And this and the third. First of all, why not settle? First of all, pay me for my pain. If I had to put up with your bullshit for 11 years and I was finally, I would really love to know how she found a way to slither out of that. That's what I would love to see, of how they were able to slither out of, how was she able to get out of this, alive, number one, because people done disappeared. Like, we had, what's her name? Kim Porter. Remember, she was in a about to write a book, and she ended up unalive. There was a whole bunch of other things that was going on. Okay, let's take a 90-second break, because production wants to play this clip from Shangela in this whole situation, and we'll come back. I need some water. I'm thirsty. Yeah, so playing devil's advocate for the people that are probably going to try to run up in here and say some mess. Why now?
I was scared of losing my job. It wasn't just myself. It was myself, my brother, my friends. I had all gotten jobs on the show, and I thought if I came out about it, that they would probably figure out a way to get rid of us all.
And should the lawsuit basically go in your favor, what are you hoping to gain from, everything?
The criminal investigation, I hope it comes to fruition. I filed that report back in November and still haven't heard anything back from the Ruston Police Department in regards to anything being turned up or anything happening with that. Hopefully it does. That's ultimately what I hope happens, because I think when somebody does this to somebody, they deserve to be punished in a criminal way.
Okay, so, so I guess, because I lost my train of thought, I will say this about the whole thing with Diddy and Cassie. They may have settled. They may have done all the things that need to be done in regards of, okay, let's settle, get out of the way. Because I feel like the reason why they settled was because Diddy doesn't want any more stuff coming out from what's going on in his personal life. Like, y'all think this is this may be the bee's knees. I believe there's way more that's hidden beneath the surface that this man is into, kink-wise. And I did hear someone say on social media that, oh, well, if Diddy was to come out and say that he's into dudes, will that change the narrative? First of all, I hate that question, because now y'all playing in our goddamn face. I'm tired of a lot of you self-hating F-words who want to use the community as a crutch to justify your sadist bullshit. Kevin Spacey did that foolishness when it came to, we knew he was a full-on homosexual for years, but because he got caught up in this situation where he was messing around with boys and doing all this other stuff that he was doing with men, then all of a sudden he want to come out of the closet. Oh yeah, I'm gay now. Bitch, we been new. But you're not going to use us as a crutch or, to ride. You're not going to dick ride on our community in order to justify the shit that you did over there. Because a lot of people already think that we gays or whatever are abomination, or we got problems or whatever whatever the situation is. We already got that. We're not doing that. So if Diddy is bisexual, congratulations, kudos to you. But you're not going to do, you're not going to come and be a part of the community with all that other foolishness you have going on over there. So no, you don't get to ride that. Now, I will say that, you know what, even with all this coming out, and a lot of people settle for a lot of different reasons. They don't necessarily need to, like, what would be the point of this dragging out for a year or two in court? But like, what goal do you get from that? Or some people, oh well, she got paid, so now what does that mean? Is it over? There's a lot, like, lawsuits are complex, so I don't think it should just be so black and white. And like I said, she with Cassie, she doesn't have to worry about being cross-examined in court. You don't have to be reliving this stuff again. And she tried to settle with him behind the scenes before this lawsuit came out. He didn't want to do it. Now that it's out there, and now his image is looking a certain kind of way, because look, for the past couple of months, a lot of stuff with Diddy has been coming out. A lot of stuff about him has been coming out. He's been trying to push this brother love image, and y'all been buying it hook, line, and sinker. I refuse to listen to that piece of shit out me yet coming out, because I said, well, that's a goddamn lie. There's been so many things about this man over the years that has been coming out about him, where he is controlling, abusive. One of his other girlfriends that he had, that he was hunching while he was in a relationship with Cassie, Gina, recently came out. There was a video that she did, I think, with Tasha K a couple of years ago. Yeah, that name is going to be heard a lot in this episode. She talked about how Diddy stomped on her stomach and punched in the head. She said, she took the wind out of my breath. That's what she said about him. And this is what she told Tasha K in the interview. She said, I couldn't breathe. He kept hitting me. I was pleading to him, can you just stop? I can't breathe. Then this is, he was 31. She's 31 now. So, he likes hunching these young girls, and where they don't know no better, they can't talk. Also, I also noticed he definitely has a type because this Gina girl kind of looked like Cassie. They got exotic features, that good hair. I know a lot of people don't like the phrase, but it is what it is. She got that, as what people like to call good hair, beautiful exotic features. She very much favors Cassie in that way. So Diddy definitely has a type because Kim Porter kind of fit into that too. And speaking of Kim Porter, what's her name came out and said something too, Kimora Lee, because that her and Kim were really good friends. And I remember when Kim died, she came out and said something against Diddy and then kind of just disappeared. And I think she posted on social media and deleted it because it started some stuff. So I say all this to say that's the best. Oh yeah, so other people have jumped into the conversation and given their piece. Former members of Danity Kane came out in complete support. Aubrey, has spoken for years about some of the stuff she's had to endure at the hands of that man. She said in an interview that I saw earlier this year, a couple of months ago, she said it in multiple interviews because I was watching her. She was on this other show where she was promoting her OnlyFans. I forget what the name of the podcast was, but she was this is around the time when Diddy was having his situation with the, it's about, I'm giving everybody back their publishing. And there were people on here with us like, oh yeah, he's doing the right thing. It was all performative. It's a bunch of bullshit. Them royalties ain't worth the price of tea in China. Ain't nobody out here listening to no damn Total or no Craig Mack or none of them other people that was under, Bad Boy or whatever that other foolishness. So y'all can sit up here and tell me, oh yeah, them things is worth stuff now. We're just going back to them. Who playing their music? It ain't worth shit going on no damn Apple Music or no Spotify, because now you can't make no money from Spotify unless you hit a certain amount of streams. Because now they're trying to play games with the independent artists where a lot of them have to hit a certain number, and that it's gonna be hard for them. So none of that is really gonna be it ain't worth shit. No shade. It just isn't. So y'all can sit up out here with the lollipops and rainbows stuff regarding these damn these things, and now Justin and all of them living off that money, them artists' money, and then she explained that, and she talked about how she started to see the beginning and the end of her being in the group because she was propositioned, and she alluded to that because they wanted her to do certain things, certain sexual things, and she refused. So Aubrey told Page Six that she is in complete support of Cassie. She said, it isn't easy to take on one of the most powerful people in the industry and to be honest about your experience with them. I know that her heart is feeling right now because I've done so as well. This is what she told the Entertainment Tonight. She said, may her voice bring all the others to the table so we can start having more transparent conversations of what is actually happening behind the scenes. There is a lot more to all of our stories. And she said on IG, been trying to tell y'all for years. She has, as so many people have, but like with anything, y'all don't listen. And that's why I find it funny that a lot of people are like, well, how come? Why she wait till now? Why she wait till now? There have been many of people that have said things about this band for years, similar to what Diddy has done to Cassie. Not to the magnitude, because they'll say certain things without going fully in, but they have alluded to things happening. But y'all be like, oh, you clout chaser, oh, you this, oh, you that. So you could never win with a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all out here just hate women to the point where y'all don't listen to them, or y'all don't even want to give them the opportunity to be heard. So there's that. So there was, she said something. D Wood says self-worth, peace of mind, and the right to speak your truth. Cassie, you are incredibly brave to shine light on what you endured in the dark. I'm sorry you had to go through it alone. I'm praying for your continued strength, and I offer you my full support. So she said some stuff. A lot of people have come out and said some things, even Azealia Banks, Charles. So let's get into that. Because, like clockwork, there's something going on in the industry. Azealia Banks got something to say. So now, Azealia reacted to the news on social media saying this. She said, this is true in all caps. This is what she wrote on her IG story. She said, Cassie sues son Diddy Kong for raping and repeated sexual abuse. She added, one time, Diddy beat her up so bad he sent her on a 3-week vacation to Hawaii just so no one would see or question how her face got like that. She also called Diddy another violent hip-hop homosexual. This is what mental illness looks like for all of you armchair psychologists. That last part seemingly a nod to observers who have speculated about her own mental health in the past. So I do feel like Azealia Banks is coming from a place of her because she's been abused by so many people in this industry. And instead of her just like going along and playing the game as a lot of people want her to do, she's out here spraying everybody tea. She got a lot to say. And look, I said Azealia need to start a damn podcast and get paid for it since she out here talking so damn much. So, you know, so this is going to show, it is a collection, a laundry list of things. It's really going to start coming out. I feel like that, you know, this is just the tip of the iceberg, in my opinion. And look, they even said that Janet Jackson and Naomi Campbell are, you know, who are real close friends with Diddy, have distanced themselves from him because Janet and Campbell partied at, you know, they partied with him at Lavo in London last week to celebrate his 54th birthday and the release of that horrible ass new album. They both documented a good time. They posted the photos on their Instagram, but they said if you look at their Instagram today, both the pictures is gone on both their Instagrams. So there's that, and I feel like there's going to be more to come. Now the question remains: is Mary J. Blige going to jump in the chat and say something or follow suit? Because she go hard for his ass. And look, she just gave him that award at an unnecessary ass. What was it again? That was at the VMAs? She gave him something. She was the only one that showed up for it. And he had, like, you know, Nicki and the Barbs. He had his kids behind him because wasn't nobody from Bad Boy going to show up and support him. They all hate his ass. So, you know, the only one he can get up there to do a damn speech was Mary J. So I wonder what she got to say, or she just gonna stay quiet like she always do when it's convenient for her, because she another one that's been, you know, dealing with abuse from abusive ass men. So like I said, I'm sure this I went on along with this, but there was a lot to break down. We're going to have a lot to talk about in regards to this story, and we'll keep you posted because I'm sure there's going to be a lot more to come out. And I feel like there's going to be men coming out saying some stuff, maybe them hookers that he hired to run a train on Cassie will come out and say some stuff. We're going to hear some tea. There's more to come. This ain't it for Diddy. But I do feel like at the end, anybody want to fuck with him? Like, I think he's done at this point. You just might as well just hide in the corner and do your business and count your coins that you got. Because I don't see the Ciroc people who I think he's suing. I don't see them trying to work with him after this. I think he's done with that. Nobody's going to want to tarnish. Like, his image is tarnished after this. So that's that. So, okay. So let's move on and talk about Bill Cosby, who apparently is struggling financially after facing numerous sexual assault lawsuits. So now him and his wife, Camille, are in financial turmoil, according to Radar Online. And they said that their money situation has gotten so dire that they are liquidating their assets, taking out second mortgages, and selling off their artwork. A source revealed the couple is in a bad situation financially from all of the lawsuits that the 86-year-old, damn, he's that old? I didn't think he was in his 80s. Bill Cosby, actor, keeps getting hit with. We're told they are financially strapped, and the source is saying that Cosby's legal trouble has caused major issues for the pair, saying it's never going to end. And this is what Insider said to Radar Online on Monday about the ongoing lawsuits brought on by women in several states against the man once dubbed America's Dad. Said they are in financial turmoil and alleging that Camille isn't willing to make lifestyle changes to help their situation. Well, look, it also explains why she stayed with his ass, even though she's, I'm sure, aware of all the stuff he's done. She's one of those women who are from an era of stand by your man regardless. Because what am I going to do? Take his ass to court, divorce him, and take him for every damn penny he's got. That's what you should have did. But, you know, misery loves company. She going to stay her ass with him till the day she die, or he die, depending on who go first. And she'll put up with it. But it said that Bill Cosby allegedly owes almost $650K for the 2019 and 2020 tax years. So in the words of Tasha K, you ain't got it? And they said, according to The Blast, Cosby, whose net worth was once estimated at $400 million, has been hit with two tax liens, one for $88,566.88 and another for $559,573.77. So I don't know. You know, Bill going through it. Do I feel bad for him? No. Once upon a time, I liked, the Cosby Show and all the stuff I grew up on. But one of the things, like I've said many of times, is that the thing that turned me off about Bill Cosby was his attitude towards other comedians and other people who do things differently than him. He stuck his nose up at everybody who did things that didn't do things the way he did it, because I felt like he was low-key envious that he couldn't be like the Eddie Murphy of comedy. He couldn't do what Chris Rock and them did. So he would throw shade at them. Not everybody wants to hear like little PG humor. My humor is in the toilet, child. Like, I like filthy humor. That's usually where I go. I go in the gutter. So that stuff I live for. Everybody's got their own thing, and everything isn't for everybody. But the way he would go around criticizing, and especially the way he did at Lisa Bonet, I still on my neck with him about that. So I don't feel bad for him. Fuck him. So shout out to you, Bill. Hopefully you work things out. Now, let's get into this other topic, because we're going to take a break after this topic. So, Will Smith, child. So apparently Jada Pinkett Smith isn't the only one out here telling all hers and Will's business. Now, in an explosive new interview, Will Smith's former ex-friend and assistant, Brother Bilal, revealed to Tasha K that he walked in on the Oscar winner and actor Duane Martin having gay sex. He said, "I opened the door to Duane's dressing room, and that's when I see Duane having anal sex with Will," Brother Bilal revealed. He continued, It was a couch, and Will apparently was doing the bending, and Duane was standing up, killing him, murdering. It was murder in there. That's what he said. And look, I will say this. There have always been rumors about Will Smith, particularly Will and Duane. This seems like an easy go-to situation to say, oh, this is what you saw. Now, do I believe that Will and Duane may have done something? Probably. Look, wasn't there implications that from Lisa Ray that Duane took her ex-husband away from her? Or something? I think, wasn't it the oh my God, the guy for the Turks and Caicos, the president, whatever the hell he was. He ran the Turks and Caicos. Remember when she married him, the senator? I don't remember what his position was. He was a powerful political figure. So apparently she implied that they was hunching. Kind of like Vivica Fox when she was with 6ix9ine. I heard he was a big old queen too. I don't think he messed with Will Smith, but I'm just saying, like, the word on the curve, he was a queen. But anyway, so you pretty much had, that whole situation, and you had so I don't know. Would there have been some situations going on between them? Could be not. Who's to say? But do I believe this guy telling the story? No. But then, of course, Jada wasted no damn time going on the, social media and giving her side of the story, because it just so happens she was on the Breakfast Club shortly after being interviewed by Charlamagne and the other one, the one that's under investigation. And she basically said that they are suing. They're going to file a lawsuit, that this is a shakedown, and she taking his ass to court. I don't know how you taking him to court, because this ain't got shit to do with you. This got to do with Will. Will will deal with what the situation is on his own situation. She said they had some business dealings back in the day around the time he did the book. And he tried, I guess, shake him down for more money. Will wasn't having it. And there's people out here that, yes, they do take advantage. There's stuff like that. So, and then of course, she, of all people, she go on Tasha trashy ass K messy ass show to spill it, to go make these revelations. And she don't do background, like she don't check it or nothing. Like, you just be up in there just thinking it's cute or whatever, because then you get your little coin. So then enter Cardi B into the chat. Where she's letting it be known that she got Will Smith's back and is slamming Tasha K in the process. Now, weeks after Cardi B alluded to forgiving blogger Tasha K and even possibly ending their ongoing legal battle, the rapper says that she was fooled and now realizes that some people just never change. Well, girl, I done said from the beginning, like, don't you do it. Don't trust Tasha. Like, something wrong with that lady. The epiphany was sparked by the YouTuber's latest interview, where a former associate of Will Smith claimed the actor once had anal sex with Duane. Saying, I don't like how I got fooled a couple of weeks ago. Some people just never change. This is what she said on IG Live Wednesday, November 15th, before defending Smith as her fellow Libra. Oh, she like me. Like, when I be up on here defending Virgos, she be defending her Libra. Libra people? I don't like what people be doing to Will Smith. I feel like Will Smith is very unproblematic, and I feel like he has a nice heart, and that's the thing. I found out that Will Smith is a Libra. Libras, we be getting tired. We be getting tried. I mean, well, she said tried. We be getting tried. We be getting tried, and then when we outburst so effing heavy that we become the ones in the wrong. We go so crazy. People be like, oh my God. And that's true, because it's like, I think like Virgos and stuff are the same way. It's like, we'll suck it in and we'll hold in a whole lot to a point. But when that dam breaks, bitch, you better run, because ain't no telling what's gonna come out of this mouth. It's diarrhea of the mouth, and I ain't taking it back. I'm like, I meant every fucking word. You just gonna have to take it. Okay, and what you gonna do? Like, these hands work too. So, I'm with Cardi on that. And girl, I don't know why you were surprised by Tasha K. Like, Tasha has always been trash. She has never changed. She showed you those signs around the time when you was taking her to court and you was asking for the money, and she was on social media baiting you and doing all the other, passive aggressive, real bitch assness that she was doing on social media. So I knew she didn't change. A leopard never changes its spots. She is someone who just doesn't know how to just be like, you know what, I effed up. I shouldn't have made up all them lies, and keep it moving. Now I won't talk about you no more. But no, she keeps doing it because the bitch is retarded. Something wrong with her. She out there where the buses don't run. So I don't know why you was easily fooled. I guess because Cardi, always at the end of the day, she's like, you know what? This is dragging out. And you had a lot of people on social media saying, well, why you keep going after? Well, let somebody say some shit about you that you don't like. And if you got the money, you could take their ass to court and make them pay. Like I've said many a times, we as bloggers, influencers, whatever you want to call us, we have a responsibility to come in here and spew the facts of the story. And yeah, a lot of the stuff on here is alleged and it's opinion based, but I always try to bring y'all the facts and I give you my opinion. I'm trying to understand everybody's side. I'm not just gonna be biased because like, oh, I hope one day that Cardi comes on my show, and I don't give a shit about all that. I could care less if I ever interview a celebrity, but the conversation should be had about how people are and trying to understand both sides of the coin. So that's all I'm saying about that. So yeah, I knew from the beginning Tasha ain't chained her trashy ass, that she just don't know how to be a friend to anybody or be respectful of anybody. She's just a bitch. She is what she is, and that's that. So Sailor Mermaid says, see, this is why I can't have famous friends, because too much shit gets exposed and hidden enemies acting like your friends but really aren't. Exactly. This is why you got to keep your friend circle small, because at the end of the day, a lot of people ain't shit. Okay, so now let's take a break. When we come back, we got tea on Bianca Censori. Apparently her friends had an intervention, anti-Kanye intervention. We're going to talk about Mob Wives, a Mob Wives star who checked into rehab. They talking about is Beyonce heading to Vegas with her own residency? Kim Kardashian's hairstylist, child, we got to talk about this. Because I've been talking about Lucas Gage and that foolishness from the beginning. Barry Manilow is opening up why he didn't come out until he was in his 70s. Marlon Wayans got a child that came out as trans. And then we got some tea on the baby and the backlash over the AIDS comment. He said it was a blessing in disguise. So we'll talk about that and a whole lot more. And I guess because production put the picture in the thing, I'll even bring up the Adore Delano story, just to tie it over the boat, because I don't want to close out with no damn DaBaby and his problematic ass. Sometimes I like to go out on a high note, not just an asshole note or a dark note. This ain't one of them old foreign horror films where, the tide is bleak. So yeah, don't go away. We'll be right back with more of Chris Avalon Unfiltered. Are y'all liking the early shows? Because it seemed like the live. I mean, the live is live, meaning the comments and all other stuff. But there's a lot of people in here commenting, and I appreciate it because I love the comments and the interacting with the viewers and all other stuff as we do the show. That keeps me up and energized. So yeah, yep, yes, Robert. We're gonna get to the Lucas Games voice. So yeah, so stick around for that. We'll be right back. You shut up. my opinion and carry any.
Oh, it's Chris Avalon Unfiltered, bitch.
Comment, I said it's definitely or something along the lines of, oh, it's the big ass girls thinking that they have an opinion. We're not finna get on here like you finna check me, girl, because you don't give that energy in real life. So don't give it like that. You really don't.
Well, because I haven't had the need, so I'm not trying to get on.
You don't, and you won't have the need on my motherfucking watch. No, the fuck you won't. Secondly, let me clear this the fuck up, Robbie. You think you're that girl, and Peter should have had your spot on the show. You're the lesser artist, and you're not that girl. So you need to have several seats and humble the fuck up, bitch. You're not the girl you think you are. You're really not. You're really not. And I've been wanting to say it, but I just didn't want to hurt your motherfucking feelings. But you keep thinking that you having a moment, girl. You're not. You came up showing like $2 every
bitch,
time.
I gave
girl.
you your moment, bitch. You ran outside crying, girl, because I asked the question.
We don't give a fuck about nothing
you couldn't even answer the fucking question.
You don't get to hear my music because it's not free like yours.
Like, we gonna keep it, bitch. One thing we can't talk about, we don't care. I'm an artist.
We don't care. We don't care. You see me laughing over here? We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. And you're nowhere, girl. You're nowhere. And you will never be.
Okay, well, when you hear
I'll do it. Come on.
What the fuck?
Fake it.
What did she just call me?
The faggot.
I'm sick of this bitch. Big Rosie O'Donnell. Ah! Oh my God! Wow! 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 Wow!
So I just want to see. I see the dress that you have on. I want to, see your fashion sense.
You're out of breath.
Are you trying to lift your neck up that you don't have, or what's going on there? You got a bit of mold.
Is it safe to say that you might be getting a divorce?
I always look better on my own.
Okay, well, I mean, have you been in contact with him at all? There's been obviously a lot mentioned in the media recently about you staying in this motel. Why were you staying in like a cheap motel?
Are you a parent? You know you would do whatever you can for your kids, right?
Tips from a drag queen.
Oh, I need one of these. The new.
What's in my bra? Want to know what really fills it up?
Chicken nuggets! Yes, bitch!
I'm trying not to pee my pants right now.
My opinion and carry any.
Oh, it's Chris Avalon Unfiltered, bitch.
my opinion, and Carrie Annie.
Oh, it's Chris Avalon Unfiltered, bitch.
We're back. While the commercials and stuff was going on, I was busy editing all the other stuff, so like if you go and you see the YouTube, it's got a title, it's got the heading, it's got all the other stuff in there. So that's what I'll be doing between the breaks. So so shit don't stop over here and pulling up the topics. So yeah, I'll be working overtime. But anyway, welcome back to the show. Let's get right into some things, and thank you all who are tuning into the live show and chiming in on this here conversation. So let's get to the next topic, which is this Bianca Censori Kanye West thing. So drama, whatever. So word on the street is that Bianca Censori's friends have been doing everything they can to get her out of the Kanye West cult, and if the rumors are to be believed, they may have gotten through to her. Now, according to page 6, this is where I got the story from, her friends let her know exactly how they feel, and they told her that she needs to wake the F up. This is what a source claimed to the Daily Mail on Monday, saying she knows that she has to shut out those close to her, and she knows that she has shut out those close to her, and she is also starting to see through the smoke mirrors of her marriage. This is what the source continued, adding to the Yeezy architect, 28, is both aware of Kanye's controlling ways and starting to see things from an outside perspective. What is up with these men in a certain power situations and it seems like it's an ongoing pattern of these grown-ass men who are in their 40s, 50s, and on and beyond, who want to make sure they get a girl in their late teens, mid to late 20s, and then they sit up in here and control them. They said a purported intervention took place while Censori was visiting 2 longtime pals in her homeland of Australia, where her Kardashian look-like family still lives. So he actually let her go hang out with family friends and family members and longtime pals. I'm shocked. So she ain't that caught up in the Matrix or the cult. Now, according to the source, Censori's solo getaway coincided with West's recent father-daughter trip to Dubai, and so that makes sense. She went, it coincided, her going to that visit, with West's recent father-daughter trip to Dubai and Saudi Arabia with North. So while he was off in, Saudi Arabia and Dubai with Northwest, she was off having, some private time with family and friends. So in fact, Censori reportedly chose to go home after it was made clear to her that Kanye would be only taking North with him. The source went on to claim that it was hard for them to break apart for the week, but there was no other option really. Reports recently surfaced claiming Censori's close circle was beginning to worry about her amid her controversial relationship with West, who's 46, which began late last year. Bianca is stuck and her friends are trying to save her, but no one can because of the blockades Kanye has put up around her. This is what a source claimed to the Daily Mail in September. Everyone is extremely concerned. This isn't who she is. She is an incredibly outspoken and lively person who has never wanted to keep her mouth shut. The source alleged that Censori has no one aside from the rapper turned designer in her life, calling the situation so scary. A half-naked Censori, as in a barefoot, West spent most of their summer gallivanting around Europe together, with paparazzi even catching the couple's not safe for work boat ride in Italy. Yeah, we talked about that on the show, and they're saying that he's trying to make Bianca into a radicalized version of Kim, like basically Kim 2.0. The difference is that when Kim was with Kanye, they said he was respected in the fashion world. He has since lost his respect. Now, that part is true, that when Kim was with Kanye, he was well respected in the fashion world. Kim, not so much. Like, Anna Wintour don't particularly care for her. Like, she only put up with Kim because of Kanye. But now Kanye is so damn crazy, and all the other stuff that's been coming out with him, the fashion world don't fuck with him no more. So, he out here making them ugly-ass moon boots and them weird looking shoes and shit. I don't know what y'all saw them damn Yeezys. Them shits was ugly. But then they said in another report, the Daily Mail claimed that the musician has a set of rules for Bianca, which allegedly includes to never speak, wherever he wants her to wear, eat certain food items, and work out, even though Kanye doesn't work out. They say he stank, wash his ass, and he fat. So I don't understand how you get to be all sloppy, but then the woman always got to be in amazing shape and perpetuate a certain image. But yeah, so they're basically saying that they were able to get through to her. Now, does this mean that a divorce is on the horizon, that they're going to be breaking up soon, that she's finally had this epiphany and it's like, you know what, y'all are right, I shouldn't be in a relationship with this madman or whatever the case is. But some people just be so caught up in the situation and love the lifestyle and will put up with the bullshit because they're easily manipulated and to be broken down, and men in positions of power and money and influence are able to do that, and that's why they go after these girls who they can easily meld their minds and control them and tell them what to do and all this other stuff. So I hope she's able to get away from him, but if she doesn't, you know what, this is your cross you're gonna have to bear. Like we'll, I guess, continue hearing the stories and we'll continue to talk about it, but for the most part, I don't know if we see an end to this situation. Okay, so former Mob Wives star Renee Graziano, who y'all remember from that show Mob Wives, as I said, you know, in the past she has struggled with addiction. I believe she mentioned this with, I think she did an episode of an interview with Carlos King. It might have been like a year or so ago. I remember seeing that. And she was talking about like her battle with drug addiction and all this other stuff. Well, she's back in rehab. So according to the Mob Wives star's manager, Chris Giovanni, Graziano, who's 54, called him from a Texas facility on Monday, November 13, where she has been since mid-September, after ODing on a bad batch of an unspecified drug she obtained from a dealer. They probably had fentanyl in it, because, you know, when it comes to these damn drug dealers, y'all put Fenty in every goddamn thing. Like, nothing is pure anymore. They put in fentanyl, and that's how people dying. We've been hearing so many stories of Michael K. Williams on down. We've been hearing stories about people doing drugs, and they getting caught up in Fenty. And this is why I don't fuck with drugs, because I don't trust none of y'all. If you want to get that pure cut stuff, you probably got to go to Colombia or some mess. Who knows? But they said it was unspecified. I don't know what it is. Probably was the booger sugar. But now they said, according to the representative, the former reality star was accompanied by a counselor and could only speak on the phone for 10 minutes. Giovanni noted that Graziano's revelation explained his lack of communication with her over the past month, which he described as sporadic and brief. He also noted that he felt his client's struggles stemmed from the death of her father, Anthony Graziano, who passed away in 2019. It was about 4 years ago. So, you know, a lot of people have a hard time getting past losing a loved one or losing someone who's close to them and losing a parent. You know, she was daddy's girl. She's mentioned that many a times when we watched on Mob Wives. And, you know, that was my show. Like, I loved me some Mob Wives back in the day. You know, Drita was my girl. So, I always loved me some Mob Wives. Renee, you know, when she called, what she getting in a fight with Carla, and she called her a cunt, and then they wound up fighting. And I remember when I believe it was, oh my God, who was it? The one that was the snitch, his daughter. When her and Drita will always get into it, and then Renee got caught up in it and got sucked up under the table. Luckily, she had the biker shorts on in that dress, because she got pulled into the fight, and I'm like, damn, y'all be pulling each other's hand shit. That was a legendary fight. Karen Gravano, that's what it was. I don't know, it just came to me. But I used to live for when Karen and Drita used to get into it. And I remember that time during the reunion, or they were sitting in that room with the dim light, like they was about to be interrogated, and Drita walks in, she's like, "Get up, Karen." They start. Yo, that show was legendary. Like, I used to live for the fights and the craziness on that show. That's why I was like, Drita was my girl, because she reminded me so much of me. And as Robert says, rest in peace, rest in power, Big Ange. Big Ange was another one. She was like the heart and soul of that show. And once she passed, the show wasn't the same. I mean, yeah, she didn't come in the beginning, but Big Ange was definitely a great part of that show. She was such a beacon of light. I live for her. But yeah, we was having tech issues earlier. I know I didn't tell y'all that early on, but yeah, it was like once we were coming back from the commercial break, it was some issues or whatever. So yeah. Yeah, so she's had, you know, her issues or whatever, and then they said that she was arrested for driving while under the influence and crashing her car into a parked SUV, and that's Staten Island. This was in January 2022. And she's, you know, like I said, she's had there's a lot of things. She also said that she will not, speaking of Mob Wives, she won't watch the show because it would trigger her battle with drug addiction. And I could totally understand it. You would not want to watch UC. So she said she has ADD, ADHD, and PTSD, and LMNOP. She got all the damn acronyms. So she said, my brain is congested. If you have to live in my brain, which I wish everyone in the world could, you probably wouldn't make it through a day. So I feel for her. you know, I always liked Renee. So I'm glad that she's getting herself together. She's working on her sobriety. And, you know, it's always a struggle, one day at a time. I mean, I've never had issues with addiction or sobriety, but I always feel for people who, you know, in that struggle and always trying to get their shit together because, you know, it's not easy. It's a lot of stuff. And I'm surprised with all the shit going on in this world and the fucking people I got to deal with and all this other mess, I'm surprised I'm not a goddamn junkie. Shooting, but you know, I'm scared of needles, so you ain't never gonna see me shoot up no damn heroin. I've been hearing so many horror stories about the Fenty, so I ain't messing with that. Y'all be putting all that shit and everything. Now, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm an angel. I ain't never did nothing, because I have. But as far as like the hard stuff, anything that's gonna take me out, and look, there was one time that it really shook me to the core. Like I went out and I partied, and I think it was because I had issues of. I have issues where I have social anxiety, so it's always hard for me to go out in public and really like be comfortable in a room full of people. So my crutch was, and I think that comes with a lot of people who are extroverts, and people who are in entertainment. A lot of us happen to be introverts, but we happen to find this thing within us to be extroverts when we're doing what we're doing now. I don't know, it's just weird, but. There were the times when it was just like, I remember I went to a party. It was Dagan or DCO's party. It was maybe like a good 10, 12, 13, maybe 15 years ago. I don't remember. It was a while ago. I went to a party. I wanted a friend of mine to go. He couldn't make it. So I pre-gamed, went to the bar, drank a lot there. I remember I was hooking up with this guy. Didn't remember what happened. All of a sudden I woke up. I was outside, laying down on the concrete, throw up all over me. Met a guy. Ended up in a crack house. Don't know how that happened. He had my ID. I was able to get it back. It was a whole bunch of shit that happened. I blacked out and it was crazy. I'm surprised I'm still alive. But there have been some shit that I've done. I was like, never again in my life would I ever do something that crazy. And you know, I will always spray myself with my own tea. I ain't never gonna let nobody spray me with my own shit. I'll say it out on here. Like I've had issues when this was like when I was younger where I wasn't comfortable in my skin and I was doing all these things. So I would do crazy shit and use drugs to kind of like be more outgoing and be able to handle being in those social places because like I said, I had social anxiety, social awkwardness, all other stuff. Now I handle it a whole lot better. Like I can go out, no problem. I mean, I still have my days or whatever where it's like, it's a lot for me to even muster the point of like, okay, I'm supposed to go to an event or whatever the case is. And that anxiety comes and it's like, you find any excuse in your brain to not want to go to hang out or go to those events. So I've been there. I understand, but I'm not to the level. But there's levels to addiction, and all these other things. But I'm glad I've never had an addiction problem. So ever since then, just to get to the point, ever since then, I've not done like I don't drink hardcore. I'll maybe have like maybe 2 drinks. Like today, when I went to my grandfather's 90th party, had 2 whiskey and cokes. But then I also had because they had like this bar, like a dessert bar, and there was a girl there that was serving like coffee, but they would do like coffee shot, like espresso shots, but they also put like alcohol in it. And I was like, well, I never had one of those. So I tried it. That was really good. So that was like, I had 2 whiskey and cokes, and then I had that coffee shot thingy. So, I mean, I was like, oh, that was really good. So I've never did something like that, but it was fancy schmancy. I'm sure you can see all the videos and stuff that I posted on my Instagram and my Facebook. I tried to take a video of the dessert bar when it was coming out and they had like the flames and stuff coming out of the table. I thought I hit record the damn video. It didn't record. So I was mad at myself, but I was like, I missed it. But it was cute the way they had the table and stuff all laid out. Like they really went all out in this place. So shout out to you, Renee. I say all that to say. Okay, so I have a question. So could Beyonce be the next big pop icon to take over the Las Vegas Strip? Now, U2 currently has a residency at the big sphere that they've been advertising all over, I've been seeing all over Twitter and all other stuff. So now they're saying that Bay may slide right up in there after their residency ends at the top of 2024. Now, James Dolan, according to the New York Post, is looking to land Queen Bey to keep the buzz going at his Las Vegas music venue, The Sphere. This is what the Post has learned. Dolan, who also owns the Knicks and Rangers, has been speaking with Beyonce's team about the pop superstar taking up residency at his state-of-the-art arena after U2's epic run ends early next year. The single lady singer manager mom, Tina knows her manager? Where the fuck have I been? I was like, I remember it was what the hell's his name? It was her father at one point, but I thought she actually got real management. Like I didn't know you still had your damn parent up in here managing you. But anyway, so it says that the single lady singer's manager mom, Tina Knowles, as well as Bey's husband, Jay-Z, have taken separate tours of the $2.3 billion venue on the Las Vegas Strip. So I have a feeling that what it is when it comes to her business dealing, she has her mother dealing with stuff, but she also has Jay-Z looking over a lot of her business affairs. So Dolan, they said, but to put a ring on Beyonce's finger to seal the deal, her team is asking for about $10 million to produce a Diva's high-tech stage show. A source said roughly the same amount of money the Sphere paid U2 to put on its spectacle. Beyonce's spokeswoman did not return calls or emails. Now, they said U2 opened the 20,000-seat Sphere in September and concludes its 36-show residency in February. There have been no other acts scheduled. And, you know, Beyonce, she wrapped up the Renaissance tour. She has no shows scheduled for the next year. We know she has the Renaissance film that's about to come out on December 1st. Now, as far as like, you know, the Sphere, I've been hearing that they, you know, since then, they've lost a lot of money on the venue. So I don't know what's going on with in regards to the Sphere. And I know that's probably why they're looking at Beyonce, because they know Beyonce is financial and ratings goal. Like, she makes a lot of money. She's gonna make a lot of money for a lot of these people. And so so what the hell was that? She's gonna make a lot of money for a lot of these people, and that's probably why they're looking at her, because they know Beyonce is a hot ticket. I mean, if she says no, who they gonna pick? Taylor Swift? I mean, I think we've seen enough of her, but they said the media mogul has also been considering other iconic musicians, including Bon Jovi, Paul McCartney, and Lady Gaga. Who knows? Maybe Lady Gaga could do it, but she's already got a thing in Vegas. And like I said, Beyonce is definitely a cash cow. She makes a whole lot of money. But girl, what's going on with Renaissance Act 2? Like, we need to know what's going on with the second act, what's going on with the new music. Not that I'm rushing you or anything, but you know, the people still waiting on visuals. They still mad she ain't getting no visuals. Who knows? Maybe it'll be when she releases a Blu-ray or something or another, or DVD when it comes to the Renaissance movie, when that gets released. Physical copies. Maybe she'll put the visuals in there. I don't know what she's got planned, but I actually think this would be a good idea. I know a lot of people's like, well, why would she do a residency? Why the fuck not? She's got 3 small children. You don't want to be traveling all over the world. Although I will say, like, the world is basically your history book. Like I always feel like the world is your education. Like, kids can really learn so much by being travel around the world. So I'll hire private tutors where they learn everything, Black history and all these other things going on. Like, they learn the real shit. We ain't gonna do no Florida shit if I was a Beyonce and I had my children. We ain't doing that Florida mess where y'all sit up in here and try to eradicate every damn thing that has to do with education because y'all want to keep people stupid. So I would want people to know all the history. Black history, the Jewish history, the history of our country, how we like to colonize shit. Like, I want my kids to learn all that stuff. The real stuff. Who knows? Maybe I should hire people like Amanda Seales and Mark Lamont Hill to teach Black history to my children. Because they be on it. They be the ones not scared of these damn hoes out here to be spewed. I would never hire them hoes from The View. Because, you know, they love spewing that Western propaganda. Because, you know, they got to keep their checks coming in every week. So, like I said, I would hire them. But Beyonce, I think, would be a good idea for the whole Sphere thing, because, like I said, she has 3 small kids. You want to keep them all in one place, and to do a residency, which would probably be like, maybe she could do 30 shows. You know how many people will come and see that thing, and that Sphere looks like quite as it look like a waste of money. But you know, a lot of these millionaires, billionaire people out here, they just want to waste money on a bunch of BS any damn way. So, Vegas needs some good news after the controversy over F1. Wait, what's F1? Did I miss that? Yeah, I might have missed that, because I know there's a whole lot of stuff going on in Vegas. Because I remember, you know, there's a lot of people performing in Vegas. Christina Aguilera about to do a damn Vegas residency, and then somebody pointed out to me that Christina threw shade at people that have residencies, but all of a sudden she doing one. Of course, because if you can't beat them, join them. And I know shit. Oh, Formula One, Rick. Had a brain fart. Production had it. I literally had a brain fart. I'm sitting there like, wait, what the hell is F1? And I was like, yeah, Florida won. My damn Deadpool toy fell. Hold on. I was like, because I'm sitting there waving around, stomping my elbow on desks and stuff. So I'm like, ooh, Deadpool fell. But anyway, okay. So now let's get to this one. So, child, I was like trying to think, should I keep it in the spirit of music and move? Yeah, okay. So I will move and switch, because I remember I was going to do Barry Manilow after the Lucas Gage one. But since I think I did mention Barry Manilow and well, we were talking about music and residencies and stuff. Don't Barry Manilow have a residency? Speaking of which. So yeah, so speaking of that, we'll go into that one. So Barry Manilow is opening up why he didn't come out as gay until he was well into his 70s. So shout out to the Huffington Post for this story there. It says that Manilow says he was in no rush to publicly come out as gay because it was a non-event to him. The crooner was asked why he waited until he was 73 to go public about his sexuality during a sit-down on HBO's Who's Talking to Chris Wallace, which aired on Friday. I actually like Chris Wallace because he was like the only sane one on Fox Damn News. In the interview shared by TMZ, Manilow explained the several reasons coming out never crossed his mind until later in life, saying Wallace broached the subject by asking if the Mandy singer's sexuality was why his first marriage to his high school sweetheart didn't last. While Manilow said he really did love his wife, he admitted the gay thing was pretty strong. I couldn't deny it. Well, child, that's what we've been trying to tell people. You got this old queen that came out here that was somebody he been delivered. Not Andrew Caldwell. This other queen that just came out recently somebody he been delivered. He ain't gay no more. Child, like Barry Manilow said, it's too damn powerful. It's too strong. You cannot deny the trust and believe. A lot of us have tried it. It don't work. You cannot deny it. It's strong. The feelings. You can't stop thinking about the bussy and the ding-a-ling. Anyway, back to the story. Now, pointing out how the singer met manager, now husband, Gary Keith in 1978 and wed him in 2014 in a private ceremony, Wallace then wondered why it took until 2017 for Manilow to go public. I said, really, Gary and I have been together for so long, it's just never dawned on me it's ever going to come out. But when we got married, it was a big deal. Well, yes, because when it comes to, this is why when people come out of the closet, they would say, well, why is it so important? Why do y'all always have to come out and reveal why do y'all always have to come out and say this about being gay? Like all that stuff. And it's like, because every time a celebrity comes out of the closet, I think it reassures people of any age. I don't even say a certain age, just any age. It could be young, old, in between, whatever, that it's okay to be who you are, that there's so many people out there. It's like, well, if they can come out at this age, then so can I. If Barry Manilow can come out in his 70s, then there's somebody out there who's been in the closet for that's probably in their 70s, 80s, 60s, whatever, that feel like, you know what? Now I feel comfortable enough to come out, because it's like people love Barry Manilow. My grandmother loves Barry Manilow, my mother's mother. And I know a lot of older people that love Barry Manilow. So for him to come out and say something, it's like, okay. It's reassuring. And then they asked if he was worried about what his fans would think. Manilow admitted he didn't feel comfortable sharing his personal life back in the 70s, saying it wasn't the same as it is today. Now being gay is no big deal, but back in the 70s, it would have killed a career. And Clive Davis, another queen, kind of told me that in his own way, don't do that. He said, frankly, it was just too personal. I just didn't want to talk about my personal life anyway. I never did that. I was happy talking about music, but talking about my personal life was just kind of creepy to me, so I never did. And here's the thing, look, everybody has their own thing. Not everybody does music to spray their own personal business. Not everybody does that. And that's okay. Not everybody is equipped to be in the business to be telling their business. There's people that just write whole songs about their personal business. Taylor Swift is good at that. Then there's some people who would like to just be existentially private, like Beyonce, but she'll put in her music. Or Kylie Minogue, who has gone through a lot of personal stuff in her life, but she keeps her personal business to herself. Like she doesn't want to burden people with her personal tea. Speaking of which, I heard she got multiple awards along with Troye Sivan at the, what's it called, the Arias or whatever. They have their version of the Grammys over in Australia. They pretty much cleaned up. I just heard that. So that was about maybe a day or two ago. I think probably around the same time as the Latin Grammys. But like Rowan said, Clive did the same with Nippy. Absolutely. Like he had a thing where he tried to keep people in the closet. I'm glad you brought that up because I actually forgot. And that would be a good segue because it's like, yeah, Whitney was not fully into dudes. Trust and believe. I believe she had feelings for women. I won't say if she a lesbian or not. Because I remember legendary stories about her and Robin. Because remember, well, I don't know if y'all know this, but I was saying remember, like y'all know. Well, once I tell you, I have lived, like I know I've been around a lot of shit. My high school teacher, who was an actress by the name of Copper Cunningham, she's done a couple of voiceovers, but she was also in the movie Taxi Driver, which was directed by, with Robert De Niro and Jodie Foster's in it. Harvey Keitel directed. Scorsese directed it. It's one of my favorite movies. My high school teacher is actually in that film playing a hooker in the car with the blonde wig. That is my teacher, Copper Cunningham. She, like I said, she was an actress. She also used to do paparazzi photographs, and said she used to run backwards and take pictures of Whitney and Nippy Whitney is Nippy, but take pictures of Whitney and Robin back in the day. Used to run backwards taking their photos like she was, hustling on the side as a paparazzo as well as an actor. So, when you're in New York, you gotta have like 50 damn jobs. So I just want to point that out and stuff. So it's like, yeah, Clive did that to Whitney. Clive did it to Barry. So I understand that, and people have to realize, like, yes, it wasn't until recently that it has become more and more prominent that it's like you can have a career and be a member of the LGBTQ community. And I wanted to give it up to there's a reggaeton artist who's bisexual. His name is, he says Ugo Almonte. Very cute boy, good looking guy. He does like reggaeton, Spanglish type of Latin music. And they asked him a question, which I agreed with, and they were saying, do you think there's a lot of LGBT representation? And he's like, no, not doing what we doing in the urban markets. Like they'll try to support The One, which would be like a Saucy Santana or a Lil Nas X. But for the most part, we have so many out here that there's a plethora of different music and variety of music artists that are out here doing things that y'all haven't heard from, because the industry only like to push one person, or you have those people that they try to keep in the closet then. So it's slowly starting to happen. But if you ever heard of the weekly Top 40 DJ Baker show over on Spotify and We Are You Radio, he plays the different variety of the urban music within the LGBTQ community. The lesbians is doing it with the hip hop. They really the ones that's bringing it. But everybody else is just like, there's a variety of different music. Y'all just not hearing it because the mainstream is only pushing one damn artist or two artists tops and think they supposed to be the full representation. So I say all that to say, shout out to you, Barry. Like, you don't have to be forced to do something you don't want to do. Everybody should be able to come out in their own time. Nobody has a right to out anybody unless you're doing some fuck shit like a Diddy or a Kevin Spacey. Somebody, then I can understand y'all wanting to out somebody. That's somebody out here spewing homophobia or doing crazy shit, but low key y'all hunching people in our community, but you hating on us. So I don't have a problem with y'all doing that. Okay, now speaking of the gays, since we're still on that, let's talk about this Chris Appleton and Lucas Gage getting a divorce after 6 months. Now, I don't want to laugh at nobody's pain or whatever the situation was, because remember, from the beginning, I've been said that this shit was doomed from the beginning. And, I don't like to gloat when I'm right, but to me, this whole marriage felt opportunistic, performative, and a piece of shit. And the white blogs, y'all ate it up. Our magazine up in here kissing their ass and trying to force Lucas, make it like Fetch. With the Mean Girls, y'all were trying to make Lucas Gage happen. I don't know why, because I just don't get him. Just because you got your ass ate in an episode of White Lotus, and get peed on in an episode of You, don't make you the next Brad Pitt or the next Matt Bomer. Although I did gag. Shout out to Matt Bomer. And damn, I forgot the other actor's name. I don't know if y'all watching that show on Showtime. I don't know why I cannot remember the name of it. I don't know why I keep thinking Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders is not the show. That's on Netflix with oh my God, the dude that played Oppenheimer. But the show that's on Showtime and he got his toe sucked, bitch. I'm like, y'all really out here doing toe sucking scenes and TV? Fellow travelers, thank you. That's actually a good show. I didn't watch the new episode yet. It came on what's today? Saturday? It came on last night, so I'm gonna definitely check that out later on. But fellow child, I'm gagging over that show. So y'all been talking about like how the music industry was. Look, you should see how the history of politics when it comes to how they treated homosexuals if they found out you were gay and you worked in Washington. How they would basically just erase like you even existed. You would lose your job. They would the craziness they did back in the day. So it's not easy. I think it's a lot easier now in America to be gay. We still got our issues. We still got the one that like wearing them kitten heels. Dumb Santa's trying to push that foolishness that he pushing. were trying to get rid of LGBT laws. I did hear that they abolished they were trying to do the whole drag queen ban. That ain't happening. Leave the drag queens alone. But anyway, to get to the Lucas Gage thing, because I went on a tangent. Chris Appleton, who's 40, cited irreconcilable differences as the reason for their divorce, according to court documents obtained by Us Weekly on Monday, November 13th. TMZ was the first to report the news, sharing that this was not an easy decision for Appleton, but it was the best decision for himself moving forward. Their date of separation was listed as Friday, November 10th, just one day after Gage and Appleton's wedding was featured in the new episode of Hulu's The Kardashians, which premiered on Hulu on Thursday. In the episode, Gage and Appleton asked Kim Kardashian to officiate their Las Vegas wedding, saying, and then she even implied to them, you have to get a prenup, and then quoting, and this is where she quoted her ex-husband Kanye West's song Gold Digger. Kardashian continued, like, I don't care what you have, who you are, what you do. We want prenup. We want prenup. And she said, can I just give you one tip from a lawyer? Prenup, she told the actor, just super general. I think I can maybe even write it for you guys. So I think maybe in the beginning, Kim was sort of like, if you like it, I love it. I'm not going to judge your relationship. Maybe she felt something wasn't right in the situation, was like, get a prenup. Like, I don't care what it is. And I feel like people should not get offended if you ask for a prenup. First of all, Chris is more, I guess, well-known than Lucas. Lucas is somebody who's on the rise, whose career is on the rise in Hollywood in regards of acting. I did hear that he is also in another show, the new season of Fargo that I think is about to come out. He's in that show. So he's a TV actor, a streaming service actor. He's on the up and up. But Chris is someone who does a lot of hair for celebrities. He does Jennifer Lopez's hair. He does Kim Kardashian's hair. So, he makes buku coin with them. So, yes, he is the one who's clearly got more of the money. And I think maybe what transpired, I think there's a lot of things. I think it's the age difference. Lucas is in his late 20s. Chris is in his early 40s. There's the age gap. I believe Chris has children. Or a child, so he's a dad, and you being young and not in a relationship with this man who comes with all this, I don't want to say baggage, because baggage is a bad word, but that's what it is. You're coming in a relationship with someone who has a child, so that's another person you got to be cordial to and tolerate and put up with, somebody with a baby or a kid. And the fact that he's older, so he's had way more life experience than you. And he knows a lot of celebrities. And I also felt their relationship moved too fast. We found out about their relationship when they made it official on Instagram when they were in Mexico in February. Then in, April, they wound up getting married in Vegas. And people thought, oh, that was just the prelude to the wedding. And then they said, oh, this is the wedding. Yeah, they got married in Vegas. So seeing all that, I'm like, y'all moving too damn fast. I don't trust the situation. It was just too much. So when divorce happened, I'm not surprised. And you talking about you did everything you could to make it work. 6 months? That's enough. I just felt like maybe the honeymoon phase was over. This is why I say, not just for the gays, but with everybody in general. Take your time with these relationships. Even Keke Palmer, girl, I don't care how long you was with this dude that you was with. Now you stuck with his ass because you got a baby. Y'all wear a condom. Girls, take your birth control. Make sure your men's wear some damn condoms so y'all don't be having like these babies getting stuck in these relationships with these trash ass men. You gays, y'all need to take your time and actually really invest in your relationships and and stop being so quick to walk down the aisle, because everything ain't for everybody. Not everybody's made for marriage. I don't know why gays want to get married so bad. I don't understand it. It's like y'all want to be part of the heteronormative society thing. So yeah, there's that. So Roro says he married a child and is shocked it didn't work. Child cheese. Yeah, I love saying child cheese. Yeah, exactly. It's like you have a kid, but then you marry somebody who's young and you expect them to mentally be on the same level as you. That's like me dating like a kid who was. I mean, there's some people that know, like my generation's music. Like, if I bring up Nelly Furtado, or if I bring up Little Kim, and you want to talk about some goddamn Ice Spice, I'm like, what? No, that's a whole gap situation there. I don't like, Ice Spice ain't giving me what I need to be getting in regards to like female rap. So we're already at odds there. Or if I'm like when Cher was talking about, she would bring up certain movie actors and she's with Alexander Edwards, who's 37 and she's 77, and he's not getting a lot of her references. Yeah, there's an age difference. That's always going to be an issue. You want people that kind of get your references. Me, I was always an old soul. When I was a kid, I didn't know a lot of, for some reason, I knew a lot of older movies and this and that because I watched a lot of classic films and music. So I was always into a lot of that pop culture. And I think also because it's like my parents passed that down for me. It's like when we were having a conversation today, they played a game with my grandfather who turned 90. They were like, they played a game of how well do you know him? I didn't play the game because I was like, I don't play this bullshit. But I don't play these bullshit ass games. Let everybody else do that shit. So I watched and all this other stuff and my father was saying like that's what got him into jazz because my grandfather's favorite music was jazz and he heard it and that's what got him into that music. So you always reference a lot of the things that come before you based off of the way you were raised and how you learn and all these other things. And I always picked up on a lot of classic stuff. So there's a lot of that. So I just think a lot of things played into it. I was also thinking that maybe could have been the writers, the actors strike, could that have played into it? Lucas, being an actor, you can't work if everybody's on strike. They were on strike for 4 months. Chris is doing makeup, beating the celebrity women's in space. And also on top of that, you can't beat Jennifer Lopez's space. You can't beat all these other actors in space. They're not working. So who he beating? Kim? Because Kim doing reality TV and the Skims and being a damn scab working on American Horror Story when everybody else was on strike. So, they dragged her over that. So there was that. So it could have been a lot of factors going on into that. But I think mainly I just think they just had a lot that they didn't have in common. And take the time to get to know these people before y'all get married. Because marriage is no joke. And I'm sick of a lot of people out here taking marriage as that. So good luck to y'all and go your separate ways. And I guess Lucas did go his separate ways because I did see a picture and recently he was on the red carpet for the Fargo premiere because actors can promote and stuff now, so there was that. All right, so let's give a shout out to Marlon Wayans, who is revealing in his upcoming comedy special. I don't know if it's out yet. He has a transgender child, but he's not a trans girl. It's a girl who transitioned into a male, so it's a trans male. Which I have to say, we don't really get enough stories about trans men and trans males. And I always feel like when it comes to trans issues, a lot of trans men get left out of the conversation. And that sucks because they're part of the community as well. But I feel like a lot of people tend to focus too much on trans women because it's a man transitioning into a woman and we put so much emphasis on masculinity and male and misogyny and all that other stuff. Is that the reason why that we do this when it comes to men? That y'all tend to go harder on trans women than trans men because it's men transitioning to a woman, but y'all don't have a problem with men, women transitioning into a guy, because it's almost like, I guess in some people's minds, that trans men are almost like stud lesbians. That's a good question. I'm just asking. So now he recently appeared on The Breakfast Club, and the white chick star spoke openly about his child's transition and how it affected him. He said, I have a daughter that transitioned into a son. This is what Wayans 51 said on the podcast. My daughter Amai is now Kai, and so I talk about the transition. Not their transition, but my transition as a parent going from ignorance and denial to complete unconditional love and acceptance. So I'm guessing, based off this, is that Kai is identifying as non-binary and uses they, them pronouns, because he did say him as in Marlon said not their transition. So Wayans also told a podcast that his upcoming comedy show, which he revealed was operating under the working titles Rainbow Child or Skittles, is intended to help other parents in the same situation that he found himself in as a father. Saying, I think there's a lot of parents out there that need this message, and I know I'm dealing with it. This is what the Scary Movie actor said to the outlet. It was a very painful situation for me, but man, it's one of the best hours I could ever imagine. Wayans, who shares Kai, 23, and Sean, 21, with his ex-partner Angelica Zachary, said that though he occasionally uses the wrong pronouns, he is dedicated to doing better and learning, saying they know I love them. They see me try, and they're like, I'm happy, the dance flick actor said. I gotta respect their wishes. As a parent, I just want my kids to be free in spirit, free in thought, free to be themselves. The more you know yourself, the more you can govern yourself, the more you live your truth, the happier your existence. So if they can't get that in a household with their father and their mother, how the F do I send them out in the world with that kind of confidence? And he also said he's so proud for them being them. However, the seriousness of the topics wouldn't prevent him from poking fun at it. Kai has since given their father approval to perform the jokes. And that's why I said, you know what, at the end of the day, my dad's a comedian. I'm not gonna tell him that, okay, so I'm not gonna hold you, like, don't make fun of me, and all, because a lot of kids get like that. It's like, as a comedian, comedians find humor in tragedy or the darkness, and that's how they work through. It's almost like therapy, but with a little comedy thrown in. And I love the fact that, you know what, that I feel that because of Duane Wade and Gabrielle Union and how they've shown their unconditional love for Zaya, that it's given other people like Marlon Wayans, and I'm sure others soon to follow, the courage to come out and support their children who identify as trans. It's like, you know, we have Jennifer Lopez, who has a non-binary child, Emmy. There's a lot of celebrities who have been speaking out about their children who are part of our community. And I feel like the more people that come out and speak about it, the more parents will feel brave enough to be like, yeah, we need to have this conversation, particularly in the Black community, because there's so much taboos and stuff, and people try to just thumb their nose and spew so much homophobia and transphobia and stuff when it comes to our community, particularly when it comes to the Black community, that is, you know, it's unfortunate when they sit and they do that. So I don't like the idea of, I don't like the idea of that, but I love the idea that we have more people like Duane Wade, and now we have Marlon Wayans, who's coming out and speaking on behalf of their trans child. So I just love it. And I love that the conversation is there, so that, you know, we don't have the problematic people, the toxic people, with people always so quick to go in on if, you know, what the hell, Dave Chappelle comes out and says something, we get so caught up in that, but we don't want to give the same energy when it's good on our side and showing the love and support from a Marlon. Let's not always focus on the negative. So shout out to you, Marlon. And, you know, I don't know when that special, is it going to air on any of the, like a Netflix or whatever? Because I have no idea. There's no information on that, but I'm sure we'll probably hear from something about that down the road. All right, so we have 3 more topics. There's one I want to do a quick mention, but we got 2 more topics left. So, and 15 minutes to wrap the show. So let's get right into our final topics, which is rapper DaBaby, who is now acknowledging that his hateful comments about the gay community have caused him to grow. Now, the rapper, shout out to Pink News for this story, has said he lost a whopping $200 million because of the disgusting comments he made about HIV and, as you know, sucking D while playing at Rolling Loud Festival. Before he launched into the hateful rampage, what I heard, speaking of which, Rolling Loud next year, I did hear something about Lil Uzi Vert was supposed to be performing, but then he said he wasn't performing, so they replaced him because he was trying to play himself. But I heard Nicki Minaj and Post Malone is headlining Rolling Loud next year. I just want to point that out in case people didn't know about that. So before he launched into his hateful rampage, DaBaby had been on the up and up, receiving 2 Grammy nominations in 2020, collaborating with stars like Dua Lipa, Megan Thee Stallion, and Jack Harlow, and repeatedly hitting the Billboard Top 10. But it all came tumbling down in July 2021 when the rapper launched into a horrific homophobic rant. Shortly after his comments went viral, DaBaby was dropped by fashion brand Oohoo Man and was removed from the lineup at festivals like Lollapalooza, the Governor's Ball Music Festival, Park Life, and the iHeartRadio Music Festival. Now the rapper says the whole ordeal was a blessing in disguise as it taught him to sit his ass down. Say anybody, this is the tweet that he said. He said, anybody who's ever been affected by AIDS/HIV, y'all got the right to be upset that I said was insensitive. What I said was insensitive, even though I have no intentions on offending anybody, so my apologies. This is what he said back in 2021. But the LGBT community, I ain't tripping on y'all. Do you? Y'all business is y'all business. Speaking of Sharon Sharp's Club Shay Shay podcast, DaBaby said, in hindsight, that parked me. Who is to say where I would be mentally and spiritually had I not been forced to sit my ass down and self-reflect? Because I still do sit down when it took place. I'm fighting it like hell no. That ain't what it is. I'm telling y'all that ain't what it is. God knows I'm a good fighter, but he was like, yeah, you a good fighter, but sit your ass down. The rapper, whose real name is Jonathan Lindell Kirk, continued, even though I was getting what I was getting, I had what I had in the bank, this and that. I wasn't happy as a person. Right now, I'm not tripping. I don't regret anything I've been through. It feels so good to be able to say that and mean it. I probably said that before, but I ain't really mean it. It's like 200 mil, y'all robbed me. I don't feel like that. I really feel like that's a blessing in disguise at this point in my life, and I just came to that realization in the past 2 weeks. I really feel like I needed the season that I had to endure. Wait, so it took you 2 weeks ago to realize that this was a blessing in disguise? Yeah, the baby, you slow? You sure about slow? Like, it took you that long to realize that, you know, this is like something you shouldn't have. I don't know how it took him that long to come to that revelation. Which is why I said, when he said a little apology, that was some bullshit. But he said that, you know what, thinking about it, because he realized that it has affected his career. And I saw some people say, oh no, the baby's career is not affected. He got a song that's climbing up on the charts. But yes, his career has not been the same since he said what he said. And Whitefish came out. And, you know, the LGBT whites came out and was pretty much abolishing, you know, taking away the financial opportunities and all that other stuff. It ain't never the black community. And even though there was a point where there was a bunch of, you know, organizations, nonprofit organizations, I believe, that were coming out and they said that he had to come and speak to them. I don't remember what, off the top of my head, what transpired with that. But you know, there was a couple of things that was going on with that over the years. And yeah, he said some things, but a lot of people took it as he was talking about the LGBT community, and he didn't apologize at first. He tried to stand 10 toes down on it, and it started to affect his coin, and that's when it became what it became. And you know, if he feels that this, you know, he learned his lesson and that's what he took from it, I feel like he was sincere in what he said. I mean, personally speaking, I could care less. I don't really listen to the baby music and stuff like that. But if this, you know, affords him opportunities down the road to be able to do what he needs to do in regards to his career and getting that back on track, then if people want to mess with him or whatever, then they can. I do remember that Dua did remove him from the Levitating and song, and Billboard gives her full credit. So yeah, she did remove him. I remember there was a lot of people that stopped messing with him after that. And yeah, that was always the case. That's why I don't like that argument of like when we were talking about academics on this show, and he made a little comment talking about, oh, I don't want to say nothing because I don't want to get canceled. Trying to say like our community is going to cancel him if he gives his opinion on something. And it's like, you can say how you feel about stuff. We're not going to cancel you if you have an opinion. The cancellation, and I hate the people use the word cancellation because you can't cancel a human damn being. We can take away opportunities where it's going to affect your money. But isn't he on Bumble? Like, that's a conservative thing. You should be making enough money over there spewing a bunch of bullshit and propaganda. So you should be financially straight to not worry about affecting the community, because Bumble is for the Trump types, the crazy Republican types. So, you know, academics, get off my line with that BS. So you're trying to say you don't want to get canceled. I hate when people try to say that because, like, oh, you can't say nothing against the gays because we sensitive. So yeah, because all of our lives we had to put up with nasty ass comments and people say all kinds of dangerous bullshit and rhetoric towards us, where there's been an uptick in LGBTQ assaults, cases, all kinds of stuff going on in the community. All of a sudden, you know, these politicians trying to distract. You got George Santos' fat ass up in here looking at feet videos on OnlyFans and paying, you know, using tax people paying dollars to pay for his OnlyFans and stuff in his office and all that other foolishness. But if we come out and say something, we in the wrong because we don't like what you said. And it's not necessarily it's the white people who run those organizations that come after y'all. It's not everybody else. So there's that. So good luck to you, the baby. If whatever transpires from this transpires from this, and I'm sure something may transpire. I don't know what, but if this apology helps people kind of forgive you and move on, you can get your career back to on some sort of level, then so be it. All right, so we got a final topic. Oh yeah, but then also there's somebody I want to shout out at the end before we leave. So let's talk about Adore Delano, who basically, you know, she came out as trans earlier this year. She revealed that she is undergoing face feminization surgery. So now on Thursday, shout out to Al for the story, November 16th, the RuPaul's Drag Race Season 6 of All Stars 2 legend announced that she is getting facial feminization surgery, FFS for short, a gender reaffirming treatment that some trans women undergo during their transition period. Now, in the interview with Outback in August 2023, Delano already revealed that she'd be undergoing this procedure in November. She said at the time, right now I'm just focused on getting surgeries in November, and then my mom is coming out to just take care of me and stuff. I want to go into this new year feeling more confident and euphoric about stuff. There are a lot of legalities that come with it too, with name change and stuff like that. But I have to really give myself some time to get the personals done because I can't just work. Well, I can't just work every day and just go to sleep for 3 days when I come home. Right before my surgery, I'm landing from Australia, and then I have 8 days until I go to surgery. I feel blessed, but I still have to give myself time to recover after that. And I would say it's like, yeah, there's a lot that comes with transitioning and all this stuff. Like, that's no joke. Like, you really got to take time out to take care of yourself and, you know, give your body time to heal. So, kudos to her for you know, going in and working on herself and doing the things that she wants to do to get her, you know, for her outside to match, you know, the inside of how she feels as a trans woman. Now, there were a couple of celebrities I should point out that took to the comment section to wish Delano a great surgery and healing. Michelle Visage wrote, I love you in caps. Darian Lake commented, wishing you the quickest and painless healing. Jinx Monsoon left the comment filled with hearts, kisses, and face holding back tears emojis. Olivia Lux replied with hearts and sparkle emojis, and Miss Kasha Davis commented with butterfly emojis. So, I'm definitely wishing Adora a speedy recovery. Can't wait to see the final results. You know, she did post on her Instagram that she was in a gown and some socks about to undergo the surgery. I'm sure that shit probably is painful on the face, child. So, good luck to you, girl. Oh, so 2 things before we leave. I have not seen it yet, but I definitely need to check out the Bayard Rustin movie biopic with Coleman Domingo. It's on Netflix. I definitely need to check that out. I've heard it's good. I've heard mixed reviews. I'm not listening to critics. I will definitely check this movie out to see if it's good or not. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it tonight, but I'm gonna definitely check it out this weekend. So if you aren't aware that the Rustin movie is out, it's on Netflix. It's queer history, Black queer history. Definitely check it out. We need more of those stories. Number 2, Billy Porter finally released his new album, Black Mona Lisa. And as I say, I listened to it yesterday. Because you know I got a new job, so I'm gonna be going back in the I'm gonna be doing training and stuff officially next week. So on my way home from, you know, the orientation, all that stuff, I was like, oh wait, I forgot the Black Mona Lisa album's out. So I was on the train, listening to the album, and I was like, okay, it was falling a little bit into cliche white people producing territory. But there were some parts of the record. I was like, okay, Billy, I see you. You definitely give it what needs to be given. It's, you know, this is 5th album. It's more of a pop type of sound. It's not the typical, you know, when you do these Broadway girls, the Broadway show tunes, that's what they like to do. I like the fact that, you know, he's doing those things. I do agree. It was okay. I was expecting a lot more. And I feel like these artists are not given what needs to be given in regards of like what I be looking for in pop music. So I'm like, bitch, do I have to go? I think I'm going to have to go and start taking vocal lessons and meeting some people in New York, some producers, some fellow songwriters, because I got ideas. Like, why don't we have like the gays out here giving like, where's the gay version of Madonna? Like, where's somebody who's like out here giving like fierce production, fierce choreography, all of this stuff? You gays are giving me such basicness with your production, with your vocals, with a lot of, and I feel y'all not giving me what needs to be given. Like, where is the like I don't give a fuck type music, like the twerking, like not twerking because we got enough of that. So it's Santana to get at, but where is like I love like with the artists like Slater and Dua Lipa. Definitely love the new song, Houdini, the Kylie Minogue type of sound. The like what all the pop girls doing, the gay guys is not giving that. And when y'all do give it, it's just like, really? That's what you're giving? Like, you're not even trying. So was that. So I expected a whole lot more from that album. So I was kind of disappointed. There was a couple of songs that stood out to me on Black Mona Lisa, but for the most part, I'm like, sorry. I don't know if it's like Todrick Hall. You know, you listen to it one time, child, get out my head up. Literally the same time I said Todrick, he Roro post Todrick. So I was like, it's like Todrick. It's like you know, you listen to the music, it hit one good time, and it's like, It's cute, but it's not something I would repeat or listen to like multiple times. It's all right. That's what it's giving. It's basic gay. That's what it's giving. That's what's like, bro, get out of my head, child. Okay, so we gotta go. Well, I don't know when I'll see you guys again because Thanksgiving is next week, but it'll probably be the week after. So love you all. I gotta go. Production got things to do. That's why we did an early show, but I love you all. Tune in next time. Ciao, darlings.
Excuse me. Baloney wash. Annoyed. Hey, bitch. I'm just here to give my opinion and carry in it. It's Chris Avalon Unfiltered, bitch.